Great day to be alive on this Wednesday. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. No Kyle. He'll be back tomorrow. So you got Ben Brust and Brad Nortman and Alex Strofer on the show. We're hanging out with you, KBN Nation, at 800-990-3776. And you want to know that number right off the bat, because we got something to give to you. We're givers. Right, Brad?
Of course we are here, KBN. Givers.
Rumors have it there's $4 tickets for the game tonight. So let's just make somebody's day. You want to go to the Bucks game? You want to see the Bucks play? We got 4 tickets for you. Caller number 10. Make sure you can go to the game. Maybe from now until you call and be caller number 10, you can clear this with your spouse or bring them or do whatever you need. 800-990-3776. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Bucks tickets, 4 of them, 4 tonight at Fiserv Forum. 800-990-3776. Call now to be caller 10 to watch the Milwaukee Bucks, who won yesterday. Yay!
Maybe that's what they need right there. Just a win. You start compounding wins. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. So like I said, you can do it. 800-990-3776, and they are full. But you never know. Could be you. Bucks tickets. Woo! We start a show by giving to the fans. 800-990-ESPN, the Wisconsin Talking text line. And we're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Obviously been a fun couple of days here coming off the bye week for the Packers and the Badgers. Getting a lay of the land. I tell you what, I love it. I feel so much clarity after a bye week about where the teams that we follow are and where they need to go. And so with the Badgers, we've talked a lot about them. Big shout out to Barry Alvarez, who joined us yesterday to talk about the direction of the football program. If you missed that interview, go to Wisconsin On Demand or watch back on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. Scheduled to appear today at 2:30 is Barstool Big Cat. 3:30, we got Rob Demovsky. We're going to keep it rolling as we get ready for Bears-Packers on Sunday. But to start out, Brad, paint a little picture of what's going on in your life for us, please.
Yeah, I would love to. So,
International Man of Mystery.
That's right. I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit on the Nortman estate. So me and my wife, Lexi, we just feel like it's our mission field right now in this season of life to foster children. So we've been doing that for a little bit, and right now we've got 2 babies, okay? And I mean babies. We're talking like below 6 months babies. And it's been great, and they're lovely, and they're great.
And for the record, Brad is a better person than every one of us listening. I mean, I'm telling you, this guy, I don't know how you do it.
Well, we're the blessed ones because they're great. They're great boys, and we've been enjoying it. And but man, one of the things that I'm learning now, and you guys noticed this because I just had coffee. I almost never have coffee in our pre-show meeting, and I just felt like I needed to have coffee because, dude, I was tired. We are seeing what sleep deprivation looks like and feels like on a regular basis, and we hit an all-time low last night. So last night, we've got 2 babies right now. So as Lexi and I sleep in the master bedroom at the Nortman estate, we've got 1 baby in 1 bassinet on one side of the bed, 1 baby on the other. And so, they're just doing what babies do. They wake up, have night feedings, and they fussy sometimes. They put the more fussy one on Lexi's side, right? Lexi, you can handle that one. And she does. And so it's happened so often now that we are getting now in the rhythm of waking up in the middle of the night and having to pacify them, to calm them, to comfort them. And last night, it happened, hour after hour. And there was one point where I'm sleeping there. I hear one of the kids go off, start crying. And I feel Lexi's hand on my chest. And she goes, shh, shh, shh. and then I feel a sensation on my lips. She takes the pacifier and starts putting it in my mouth. I wake up and go, huh? What? Lexi, you got the wrong guy. So we are hitting a point of total exhaustion to where we hear a baby call and Lexi turns over, not to the actual baby, but the big baby of the household being me, trying to calm me and put a pacifier in my mouth. We woke up this morning, did our thing, and it took like 30 minutes. We looked at each other, we're like, wait, do you remember trying to put a pacifier in my mouth? And we both laughed, and This is just parent life right here, I guess. So it was an all-time low moment of at least sleep deprivation at the Nortman household. I've never had in my adult life a pacifier tried to be placed into my mouth. First time for everything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I have not like.
Oh,
well, My fiance doesn't place it in my mouth. If it goes on the ground, you reach a certain point in parenthood where you just like lick it and suck it off. Like, make sure you get all the remnants off before it goes back in the baby. Stroh, are you kidding me? We're having a parent-to-parent conversation here, and this is why you are not close to being a parent. Unless, I don't know, you have plans that I don't know about.
Are you
No plans.
Are you cleaning it by putting it in your own mouth? Is that make it cleaner?
Better. What are you saying about my mouth?
I don't know.
You think my mouth's dirtier than the ground?
I suppose the ground is probably dirtier.
I mean, if I can, obviously I rinse it. And
Yeah.
she's not
Hold on. Do you assume that?
I don't know. I don't
That's
know.
why I asked the question.
I mean, do you need me to Google, is the ground dirtier than the human mouth?
It's totally dependent on the ground, first off.
The problem is we have a dog that sheds. So I end up, spitting out some of the hair off the binky.
Okay, but I was actually more focused on the cleanliness of your mouth.
Well, there's that wives' tale that like a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human mouth.
Yeah,
that can't be true.
That can't be
That
true.
can't be true.
I see where my dog's mouth goes, and it's gross.
Yeah,
If there's a dentist listening in KBN Nation, I'd love to know that. How dirty is the human mouth actually? But I don't know. So okay, there you go. The good father being able to say, okay, I'll put the binky in my own mouth. So we did it on accident in the moment of sleep deprivation.
Did you have full binky in your mouth? Like, did you start sucking on it?
It was just sort of like
or
nudging
was
the
your
lips.
mouth like so closed that it like wasn't like?
Yeah, my mouth was closed, and it was just sort of like, you know how like you try to put a pacifier in a baby's mouth. Sometimes you got to like kind of wiggle it in there. That's what I could tell Lexi was doing. So it wasn't like full binky in my mouth, but you started to feel like you hitting the lips a little bit.
I would say, I don't know about you, but when it comes to the parenting conversation of young children, I would say the most demoralizing feeling when you have a baby that is trying to figure out, like, sleeping and whatnot. The time that they wake up in the middle of the night determines the mood that I will be in the next day. Like, if the baby goes to bed at like 7 or whatnot, and there's different phases, right? You're gonna have to feed a little bit more when you have a smaller child. But when they start getting older and they can maybe get through the entire night, there's been times, especially when we're in the teething era, where you go to sleep, and I may go to sleep at 10 or 11. My fiance goes to sleep a little bit earlier than me because she gets up earlier naturally and does a little bit more of taking care of in the morning. If the baby wakes up, and I don't look at my phone. You go to the baby, right? You're not like, oh, first thing I got to do, this baby's crying. Let me just set the scene for myself before I get up and take care of this crying baby. When it is like midnight to 2 a.m., that's the absolute worst. If you can get me past 2 a.m., I'm right. All right, at least I got like consecutive 4 to 5 hours of sleep because I go to bed a little bit later. But there's been a time where I went to bed at 11:30 and the baby goes down at 7 and wakes up at 12:30. I'm completely demoralized.
Yeah, that's
completely demoralized. It might be the hardest feeling. You're like, oh no, I slept that's all I slept was 1 hour. And then next thing you know, I'm in the rocking chair. And that's when I'm thinking about Sal Frelick's home run in Game 5 of the NLDS.
With that much.
Or I guess that was DS.
When
that was wild card.
It was wild card.
Oh,
When you're that tired and it's that late at night and there's that much just silence around you as you're feeding the baby, your mind goes to crazy places.
where have you been?
What's that?
Where have you been?
I mean, I a lot of reflecting on the Badgers, to be quite honest, because I'm bringing I'm doing Wisconsin College Game Day on the weekend, so that's why all these conversations are really bringing up a lot of thought. Because I'm thinking about, man, how far has this program come? I'm thinking about I might need naps. Quite honestly, that's the other thing I'm thinking about. We're putting these kids down for naps. I need a nap. So I don't know. It's just those late night moments. Boy, they take you to a new place. That's for sure. Do you have a memory? Do you have a moment? I know that your young daughter is teething, so it's made you reflect on the bruise.
Yeah.
What about early on? Was there a moment of like, this is a level of sleep deprivation that I didn't know I could get to?
Yes, because I think it's more so you just remember the moments of like, holy cow, this child is so dependent on you no matter what, and your freedom is gone forever. There was a night in which she was probably 4 months old, and I heard a scream. I wasn't up, but my fiance was, and I was like, I you fear the worst when you hear a scream in the middle of the night. Like, what's going on? Did she fall? Did she drop her? Like, is someone breaking into our home? I don't know. Your brain goes everywhere. And I have this vivid memory of looking at my fiance with literal poop all over her arms, her shirt, all over the baby, and and then it turns into a full process of, we have to clean this baby. We got to get this baby back to sleep. And then the next thing you know, you're just up talking. You can't fall asleep. And then you're like, wait, we should be sleeping. And yes, we get it. You're right, Adam. You should sleep when the baby sleeps.
Yeah, that's what we're learning. I want to stay up later, though. We put the baby down, and that's Lexi's and mine only time to be able to do our thing and hang out. But you know what? You just got to sleep when the baby sleeps. That's my takeaway.
800-990-3776. Brad Nortman and Ben Brust here of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Strove's here, too, but I don't know what he can add to the baby conversation. I do want to know, though, any advice for Brad? Any twins parents out there? Because you have 2 babies.
Yeah, twins.
You have 2 babies.
Yeah. It's a journey, man. It's a journey. It's the hard thing is, like, both Lexi and I have to be on, right? There's no like, hey, you take them tonight. It's they both wake up basically at the same time, and so we're both employed. We're both just.
I have a couple questions about the I guess the fundamentals of raising twins.
Yeah.
Because
Fascinating.
I've heard a lot about Benny, obviously, and his lovely daughter. I've heard a lot. I have 2 nieces who are both young, right? I've heard a lot about them, but they're different ages. The twins thing throws me for a loop. So they sleep in the same room, I assume.
Same room.
Yep.
Different cribs, I assume.
Different cribs.
It's called a bassinet right now.
Yeah, bassinet
It's a little,
right now.
It's a little tiny thing, right?
They
a little tiny thing that you can put next to the bed.
I may have been taking our Bucks winner. Shout out to Paul and Waukesha. So I may have missed some of the things in the setup. How old? Have you released that information?
3.5 months.
Okay, so young.
Young.
Okay.
Did you hear the prompting story to this conversation?
Well, I the first thing I heard was that you got a nookie put in your mouth. That's the only thing I heard.
It was so late. We were so tired. Lex, the more fussy one is on Lexi's side, and she's so used to
they're in bed with you?
No,
they're
they're next to the bed.
on the side of our bed.
Gotcha.
So she's so used to just.
I can't wait for you to have a kid.
Wait,
It's
all
gonna be so
4
much.
of you are trying to sleep at the same time in the same room?
Yeah.
It goes
Oh, good Lord.
bassinet, me, Lexi, another bassinet. And so like, we're so used to like hearing the babies cry and turning over
What do you
and
mean,
comforting them.
How long does the baby stay in your room for?
Anywhere from 3 to 6 months, and then you start training them to sleep in the crib.
Well, you'll appreciate the Nortman estate has many levels. Many levels of the Nortman estate. Their bedroom was on the 2nd floor. Our master's on the main floor. So to kick things off, we put them in their own crib, and I was just gallivanting the stairs all night. And we're like, we can't keep on doing this. So we're like, bassinets, it's done. So we're so used to like moving over and comforting the baby, and that often has putting a pacifier.
You got twins in your family, Strove?
Clearly not. Why do you ask?
I don't know, because it's a genetic thing.
No, I don't.
My brother's got twins.
Really?
Yes.
So 2 of your nephews/nieces or both are twins.
Fraternal niece twins. I don't know if I can handle twins.
So funny, wild story.
Uh-oh.
So my 2nd year in Carolina, Greg Olson, one of his kids has like a heart issue, so he has a benefit every year. So we were talking about the benefit, and they had an older son, and then they had twins. And Lexi and I were talking to him and his wife, and we're like, wow, twins. I would love to have twins. That'd be so fun. And he pulls us aside, and in classic like Greg Olson, like over the top manner, he says, you need to come to my house for 24 hours. You need to experience what twins are like.
You are.
Because
You're doing it.
You're not. And then who would have known? 10 years later, we'd be doing it. And I can say 24 hours, it's a battle every day.
Have you reached out to Greg Olson?
I haven't reached out or told them about this new season of our life yet.
I think you should.
Just
I
go
think
get
it's
advice.
a great door opener.
It is. It'd be a good door opener.
G-Reg.
My boy G-Reg. Help a brother out.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Barstool Big Cat scheduled for 2:30. Rob Demovsky, 3:30. We're here till 5 o'clock with you. 800-990-3776 this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. As he always does, Adam Schefter joined the morning show 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN and had a declarative statement. A strong statement about the Green Bay Packers' final 8 games. I want to know the pulse of Green Bay Packer fans, if they agree or disagree with this statement and if it's attainable. Because I feel like it's a very hard thing to say based off the 6-3 record and how they got to that 6-3, with the back end of the Packers schedule being much harder than the first half. So we hear from Adam Schefter and all of you in KBN Nation coming up next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
He is now off his rocker saying it. Well, if I played...
Choke artists. Choke artists, choke artists, choke artists. That's what you both are. Yeah, I said it. You both are choke artists.
Losers, choke artists.
That's what you are. You choked against TCU. You choked against Oregon. You choked against Kentucky. Y'all choked against Duke. I can keep going.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some... Why are you throwing... I don't want...
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel. I've spent a while telling you about Mentality because it works. Not just for me, though. Take it from fellow Mentality user Jason. He's got a new lease on life thanks to Mentality.
The process was easy. It really, truly was. And the individuals that work at Mentality, very helpful, very respectful. It was an easy out. You go in a week after, they give you the results right away, and once you find that you're able to do it, just that thought, the energy already picked up a little bit. Most of it could have been mentally wise, but knowing that, hey, I get to start this, it was incredible.
Learn more today at LoTUSA.com.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double hot, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Hey, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Well, I do now.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
Did you say you're cutting me off?
You earn, we match. Unlimited cashback match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. This holiday, trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's over $1,800 in value. So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Only at Verizon. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Over $1,800 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at 28 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that was voted Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
Rashawn Gary hasn't had the kind of season that most fans envisioned for him. The Packers defensive end has only 3 sacks, and his fellow teammates along the defensive front have totaled 10 sacks between 6 different players. Gary says you can't just look at the numbers, though, for the impact the group has made in Jeff Hafley's defense.
Numbers, people get misconstrued. Cut on the tape, see how we playing, see how we setting the edges, see how we putting pressure on quarterbacks, man. The numbers going to come if we keep playing our fashion of ball.
Gary and the 6-3 Packers, fresh off their bye week, getting ready to visit the 4-5 rival Chicago Bears on Sunday. Kickoff from Soldier Field is at noon.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank.
Need to find that perfect home? Don't sell, upgrade with a home equity loan. Renovate that kitchen, retile that bath. You choose the fixtures, let us do the math. Tri-City National Bank, equal housing lender, NMLS 433891.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app? That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Joined Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning on 94.5 ESPN. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. No Kyle Wallace. You got Ben and Brad. Strophe running the show. You can chime in at 800-990-3776 and see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And Adam Schefter had a pretty declarative statement about what the Packers' record will look like after their next 8 games. Let's take a listen.
Oh, Chicago. Fantastic. You do all the work.
At Chicago, they should win that game. They should win that game. There's no reason they should not win that game. Home for San Francisco, they should win that game. Home for Miami Thanksgiving, should win that game. At Detroit, tough game, loss. At Seattle, should win that game. New Orleans should win that game. At Minnesota, tough game, loss. Home for Chicago. Like, they don't have more than 2. They shouldn't have. They shouldn't have more than 2 losses on their schedule. Shouldn't. Now, again, let's see what kind of team they are. If they're really good, maybe they'll have 1 or none. If they struggle and are inconsistent, maybe they'll have 3 or 4. But when you look at it right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games left, right? Mm-hmm. There's no reason for this team not to go 6-2.
Let's run through.
Adam Schefter says there's no reason the Packers shouldn't be 6-2 in their last 8 games. 800-990-3776. Do you think that is attainable? Do you feel confident with what you've seen from the Green Bay Packers that they are playing complementary football to win 6 of their next 8 games on the tougher part of their schedule?
Yeah, a lot of confidence from Adam Schefter. Surprisingly confident, because I look at this and I think, man, if you could go 6-2 to give you a 12-5 record at the end of the year, going through the real teeth of your schedule. He listed off the games. I won't do that, but the ones that come to my that I pop my brain are 49ers, at Seattle, Lions, Vikings. There's just a lot of good teams, and a returning Tua to the Dolphins. So those are tough games. I think the Packers are better teams in a lot of those. So 6-2 is certainly possible, but to say there's no reason, almost casually, there's no reason why they can't do that. There's a lot of reasons why they can't do that. A lot of how they're playing football recently, sometimes the offense does well, defense struggles, vice versa. They haven't put it fully together. So until I see them start to actually put it together, this version of this team, it's hard to say, 6-2. I think 5-3 is a little bit more realistic. And I think that gets them into the playoffs. But man, 6-2, it doesn't feel attainable. It's possible. It doesn't feel super likely in this moment.
So here's what I want to ask you, because I think when you look at what the history that we have and what their record is right now, I think a lot of people, after the 34-13 Cardinals victory, right? The Cardinals had just come off of a win against San Francisco, in which they were down 14 points in the second half. You win that one 34-13. Then you win against the Houston Texans, who, although they can't protect C.J. Stroud, are a formidable opponent. They somehow find a way. There was a lot that happened in this Jacksonville Jaguars game. Win by 3 against the Jaguars, and then you're coming off a bye and not really playing a good-looking football game against the Lions. I know there was conditions. Everyone's got to deal with the conditions, but it just, I don't know. I'm sitting here, and the conversation that we'll have today is, what does this team need to fix in order to be a 6-2 team in their next 8 games? I don't feel it right now. Can they? Yes, but why can they? And is it just off of the fact that, hey, Jordan Love last year in the second half of the season was great, and now he's healthy, and we believe he can do that again? Is it more belief, or is it more proof of what you've seen that you believe that they can go 6-2?
Well, to me, it's almost a positive that they're 6-3, and they haven't played particularly great football, right? 7 of their 9 games have been one-score victories, right? Or one-score games. They've lost some, they've won some, but they play close games with other teams. They're not dominating, and they're certainly not playing their best football. So the fact that we can sit here and say they're 6-3 in a kind of a challenging start to the season, but certainly it's going to get harder in the second half. The fact that they're 6-3 and they haven't put it all together gives you some optimism that when they potentially, inevitably do put it together, they're going to be able to go on a string of wins and compete with these good teams. But we still haven't seen them put it all together. And this is a tough way to do it, right? To figure out who you are and what you do best against the quality of opponents that they're going to be going up against, because it's not long before they face the Lions again. And don't sleep on the 49ers. Everyone is back healthy.
The should win against the 49ers was a little bit, I don't know. The 49ers have been I always say side in the thorn. A thorn in the side.
Thorn in the side.
For the Green Bay Packers, right? Like, it's just one of those things. Christian McCaffrey's back. They've been, the Shanahan LaFleur relationship, and obviously the playoffs have been the bigger bugaboo for the Packers against the 49ers. But MK in the desert chimes in right away. Yes, Pack goes 6-2 in the second half. There is no reason why they shouldn't. Well, we can list those reasons. There are reasons. Jordan Love is on an interception streak. That's not good. The pass rush, I don't think, is where Packer fans would want it to be at this point in the season. Hasn't been god-awful, but there's been moments where it feels like they've disappeared, and they've had to be creative in the way that they send pressure to disrupt quarterbacks. Special teams has been an issue, and penalties and sloppy play. And hearing Matt LaFleur talk about those things, drops, like, these are things that I'm curious, like, when the Bears play the Packers on Sunday, right? The Bears are in a spot where they're not trending in the right direction. Are you going to walk away from a victory against the Bears as a Packer fan thinking, yeah, that's helping us get to where we need to go? I don't know if I can say that. It feels like a Titans or a Colts type game.
Yeah, because when you play teams like the Titans, the Colts, the Bears, you can do those things that have plagued the Packers and get away with it. You can still get a win. As we're seeing, when the Packers play good teams, Eagles, Vikings, Lions, their 3 losses, if you do that, it's very hard to walk away with wins. And they play more of those caliber teams in the second half of the season. 49ers, I still think the Dolphins are solid. Lions, Vikings, at Seattle's a tough game. They play more harder games. So they're going to have to cure those ills that have been plaguing them all year if they're going to win those games. If they do, 6-2 is possible. But to just say, I don't see a reason why, you just listed all the reasons why.
Yeah, and we'll get to that because I do want to hear what people think is most important to fix for the second half of the season. And I'll put it to 2 things: interceptions and pass rush. Which of those 2 things do you believe needs to be fixed for them to be a team that can go 6-2 in their last 8 games and also compete to win a Super Bowl? Because that is a huge deal in terms of where we're looking forward, coming off of what we know about this team heading into the second half of the season. Kyle Brust and Nortman, Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, Alex Stroh on the show. No Kyle Wallace. Allegedly, I think he'll be back tomorrow. Allegedly. To be honest, I don't even know where he is.
We haven't heard from Kyle at all. I think he's.
Do you know where he is? Is he on vacation?
He would not disclose on the air.
Oh, wow.
Where he is. He ended up telling me after the show we did on Friday, but he was like, "You can't tell anybody."
Kyle's very secretive about
he's
where
really
he goes.
strange.
He is strange.
I saw a video of him dancing on Instagram.
Oh.
He puts out him and baby girl's business on the air, but when it comes to vacation,
yeah, very tight-lipped when it comes to vacation.
Tight-lipped.
First vacation for his baby girl and his family together.
Oh,
so we're gonna have some stories tomorrow.
Well, so you just gave more information than I think anyone knew.
No, we talked about that on the air.
Okay.
He just wouldn't
He's
say.
on vacation with baby girl and his family.
I asked him if he needed his passport. He said, "I always bring it anyway."
Really?
So I don't know what that means.
I guess you never know what country lines you might cross.
All right, hey, go to break, would you?
Yeah, I got you. Coming up next, Barstool Big Cat, a huge Bears fan. He'll join our sister station, ESPN 1000, to talk to Waddle and Sylvie a lot. He is a Badger alum as well. Barstool Big Cat, you can cool me. Sat in my seats for the Oregon game at the Bradley Center. Very cool, actually.
Cool.
With Sylvie. Man, bringing worlds together.
Cool.
Barstool Big Cat joins Kyle Brust and Nortman next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
He was the lead in the girls softball movie, the Bernstein Bears. What's it called?
800 what?
Tom Hanks, that movie. There's no crying in baseball. What was it?
that was a league of their own.
Yeah. Not Bad News Bears.
The Berenstein Bears, like the book.
Berenstein Bears. Bro, you're done.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Hey, it's Gary Ellison here for Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Looking for that midday escape? Or maybe you want to impress a client? Get a little slice of summer on the links with Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center, a top-tech, cutting-edge golf experience that gives you the chance to play legendary courses. Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's simulators, entertainment, and best Bloody Marys make it feel like summer all year round. With bays at just $35 an hour, Mondays through Thursdays. That summer feel is easily back in your life. Book your bay at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Who's looking for a deal? Well, Cousin Subs has a better deal just for you. Cousin's new $10 meal deals are now available online only. Choose between a 7.5-inch ham and provolone, turkey breast, or veggie sub, a bag of chips or regular fry, a regular fountain beverage, and cookie at cousinsubs.com or on the mobile app for just $10. Now that's a better deal. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Available at participating locations only. Offer subject to change without notice.
Keep the elements out of your home with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
We had howling wind coming through. The rooms were freezing. We were very apprehensive about changing them because we were worried about losing the charm of the home. We went with Pella because we knew that they had an amazing reputation. We knew that they were going to have the windows that would look like they've been there forever, but with all the functionality that a window should have.
Order from Pella today and get no interest and no payments for 12 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 11/30/2024.
Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Road, just south of Buttes Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Save big money on everything for your staining project at Menards. Minwax makes it easy to stain and protect any wood project from start to finish. For your next interior wood project, Minwax Wood Finish is the perfect choice. It's a penetrating oil-based wood stain that provides beautiful rich color in just one coat. Save big money on all Minwax products at Menards. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Are you experiencing joint pain that is keeping you from living the life that you want to live? Especially right now as we're approaching the holiday season, you don't want to be slowed down by that joint pain, whether it be your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back. You got to be like me and go visit QC Kinetics. When I went to QC Kinetics, I had my back that was acting up, and I thought to myself, you know what? I need to go get this seen by a true medical professional, and QC Kinetics blew me away from the experience start to finish. Platelets, plasma, tissue regeneration, things that I had only heard in theory, but now can see with my own two eyes on how QC Kinetics can help people get their life back. From when you arrive, the entire process is personal, the diagnosis is comprehensive, and they meet you exactly where you're at in whatever pain you're feeling. QC Kinetics, don't hesitate and get your free consultation today. Call QC Kinetics at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck.
Every year I look forward to the playoffs and the game that you're going to lose. We were watching the game in New Jersey, and I drove back to Brooklyn, brag, and I listened to Tauscher, ESPN Wisconsin. For 3 hours I sat in my car. And that was the highlight of my NFL season. And I have no problem saying
Barstool Big Cat joining us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. No Kyle Wallace, just Ben Brust and Brad Nortman. A couple of Badgers with our guy Big Cat, who's also a Badger, but a well-documented Chicago Bears fan. Big Cat, first and foremost, how are you?
Well, the only reason I'm on this show right now is because I love you, Ben. Because you guys are just you're basically like, hey, let's have Big Cat call in and have him be a punching bag for 20 minutes. So thank God I love you. Otherwise, I would say absolutely not. I'm not calling in. But yeah, go ahead, do the punching bag routine.
We're gonna get right to it. Don't you worry. All right, because we have declared here, and we're getting people on board with the dumpster fire that is Hallis Hall, that there is a 0% chance that the Chicago Bears will win on Sunday. And that's not a statistical probability that is true, but we are declaring it true for this weekend. Are you in our camp as a Bears fan?
No, that's stupid. That actually makes me think the Bears are going to win now because there's no 0% in the NFL. No, that was the first confidence boost I've gotten all week. It's been a bad week, but I now am feeling like that gave me a little bit of life because if anyone has ever told you that there's a 0% chance a team can win, I will always bet the other side of that. Always.
Well, Big Cat, I'm thinking about two different experiences that you've experienced lately that I've never experienced but must be painful. And I just got to ask, right? If we're going to keep the punching bag going, you being a Bears fan or you experiencing kidney stones, which you have discussed recently, what is a more painful experience?
Bears, easily. I'm like 90%
Bears
sure.
More painful than kidney stones?
Yeah, because eventually you pass the kidney stone, and the Bears will just always be the same. I think also my kidney stone was because of the Bears. I think it was because of the Hail Mary, and that started the whole spiral. And yeah, I think those are related. So,
wait, is there an origin of how to get a kidney? Like how do you get a kidney?
Stress induced?
Be unhealthy, stress, not drink enough water. It's all the things. I check all the boxes. So be turning 40 soon. So yeah, and watch the Bears. That's it. That's on the list. It's bad, guys. I don't know what you want to say. It's bad.
No.
Bad.
We're going to shift gears to the Badgers, which is also bad, but there's still more to pick off the bone here.
I got a real bone to pick with you, Ben Brust.
All right, then
You're
pick
an
it.
idiot.
Why am I an idiot?
You're an idiot. I'm running out of patience with Luke Fickell. You're an idiot.
Dude,
okay?
Barry came on yesterday and agreed with me.
Okay, well, Barry's an idiot too then.
Wait, Big Cat, what are you seeing then? What are you seeing that we're not seeing?
Yeah, all right, Mr. Patient.
I'm seeing, my problem with the Badger fan base right now, and I have this argument with my friends too all the time, the belief that we have this crazy fall off that has just happened in the last couple of years is so removed from reality. Paul Chris had the program going in a bad direction. We lost to Illinois by 5 touchdowns at home, before he got fired.
So where was I when moment? I agree. It sucked.
Oh, hold on. Let me finish. Listen, I love the Badgers. I want them to be good. We all need to take a shot of reality, and the reality is we played for a very long time in the Big Ten West, and the teams that we had that were 9 and 10 win teams were inflated by playing in the Big Ten West. So I think the problem is that there's a lot of people thinking the program was at a level that it never actually was at. And Luke Fickell is going to build us to a level that we've never actually been at. But the starting point can't be a 10-win Badger team that beat up on Northwestern and Minnesota and, Iowa having a down year and then lost to Ohio State. That can't be where we were thinking oh man, remember when we did this? Those were a little bit of smoke and mirrors. And now we have to build it back up the real way, playing in a new Big Ten. I'm not a loser. I'm telling the truth. And I'm actually the only one in this phone call right now that's actually doing something. I'm doing something. I'm going to get us a quarterback. So I'm the one who's actually working towards it. You guys are just sitting there pretending when we won 10 games in the Big Ten West, we were some powerhouse program. We never were.
All right, Brad, you were on 2 Rose Bowl teams, so please shut this man up.
Hasn't over the last, let's just call it 15 years, right? Because that's what I play on the team roughly, 15 years ago. Play on those, 2 of the 3 Rose Bowl teams. Those teams were college football playoff caliber. A couple teams after, led by Paul Chryst, would be college football playoff caliber.
In what college football playoff? In the 12 or the 4?
The 12, what we're dealing with now. Like you would
12,
make that and maybe you'd win a game or two.
Okay,
Don't you think?
I don't know if I would say win a game or two. I don't know if I'd go that far because, listen, I was at both those Rose Bowls, Oregon and TCU. We lost those games, and those weren't the best. Those were basically college football playoff games, right?
That's
if
fair.
we're doing the 12-team playoff, we lost both those. Like, I'm a very proud Badger. I think that there's obviously been some seasons that I've been very proud of and some teams that I've loved rooting for, including the year that we lost to Oregon in the Rose Bowl. That was one of the most fun teams, and we lost in heartbreaking fashion to Ohio State, Michigan State, then went back and beat them in the Big Ten Championship. That was a great ride. I'm just saying I think there's a little bit of delusion on where we were and where we are right now. I think we weren't as high as we think we were, and we're also not as far away as we are right now. Like this season was always going to be tough. Alabama, and obviously USC's fallen off, but Alabama was always good. We've never beaten Alabama. Like people saying, "Oh, I wish we had an offense that ran the football and did all that." I was at the game in 2015 when we went down to Jerry's World. We got the brakes beaten off of us. So what are we talking about? Like there's levels to this stuff. I think we can go up a level, but I think people are thinking that we were at a spot that we never really were.
Barstool Big Cat joining us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, and I think I know what you're doing. You are rewriting history of the Wisconsin Badgers football program for you to literally be the hero with your quarterback buying. This is a good play by you. I respect
you
it.
You guys are rewriting history. The Badger fan base is rewriting history, and I want to just reset expectations because, like I said, I think we have a football program that we're very proud of, and we've done great things. But if you look at like the landscape of college football, show me a team in the last 20 years that was like a top 4 team in the country. There never was. So let's not pretend that we somehow gave up like a perennial like 11-win team in this new Big Ten conference. That's the important part. In the new Big Ten, winning 11 games is going to be very, 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 very hard.
Agree.
And just have your expectations set.
Agree. But I was there in your suite for a little bit at the 2017 Big Ten championship game in Indianapolis. The Badgers were one drive away of making the smaller college football playoff. In 19, although they got their brakes beat off in the second half, they were leading Ohio State in that championship game. You're not giving enough credit to what the teams were, despite the Big Ten West being ass.
Okay, listen, I'll give you the fact that, yes, in the, 2017 Big Ten championship game? Yep. Yeah, we lost by, 7 Ohio State? So, yeah, we had some very good years in that mix. So, from 2019 to when Paul Chryst got fired, it had fallen off to a level that I don't think people realize. And Luke Fickell came in, and he has to build it back up. So I think people are thinking in their head that it was from 2017 to Luke Fickell, and what has Luke Fickell done to our program? No, Paul Chryst did this to our program, and it fell off to a point where Luke Fickell has to come in and rebuild it.
So help me with this then, because Big Cat, I'm watching Indiana, and we can talk about who their schedule is and whatnot. They are undefeated, and I'm watching 15 transfers from James Madison, who was a solid football program, I guess, but they're coming in and they're blowing up the line of scrimmage. We're getting pushed back. We got no fight. We got no identity, and how am I supposed to feel good heading into Oregon when I'm going to be there and just like, oh yeah, woohoo, we're building. Don't you need to see something to say, like, yeah, I feel good about what we're building instead of just your blind faith that you're going to buy? How are you going to find Russell Wilson? Russell Wilson was like 38 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. Where are you going to find that?
I'm going to find him. I'm working on it, okay? I told you I was working on it. You just said it, though. Indiana has not played. I think Indiana is a great football team. Kurt Cignetti did a very smart thing. I think a lot of coaches are going to do this going forward, where when they take a new job, they do it at the right time when their roster is loaded at their current job and they bring all the guys with them. Luke Fickell didn't have that luxury. He came a year after Cincinnati, obviously went to the college football playoff. So Indiana, if they had played Penn State and Alabama, they'd have 2 losses. You're actually doing my point for me. If the schedule was different, if we're playing a Big Ten West schedule, this team would have a better record. It's just we're playing in a different Big Ten, and we're in a transition phase, and I'm not losing my patience because giving it 2 years is like, that's crazy to me. If you lose your patience after a year and a half, you have unrealistic expectations.
All right, the voice of reason. The Bears have completely done a spin zone in his own brain to make the Badgers now worse than what they have been. But speaking
of... that's not what I said.
I am interpreting that way. I am doing the thing where I'm doing the lead host thing, and I'm putting words in your mouth.
Okay, let me ask you this. Point to me in the last 15, 20 years when the Badgers have beaten like a truly elite team. 2010, Ohio State. 2003, when I was a freshman, Ohio State. What are the other ones?
Brad,
you're the football guy.
Top 5? Is that what we're saying? Like a top 5?
Yeah,
top
like the class of the like an Alabama this year, who's not even top 5, but like those type of teams.
Was LSU top 10 at Lambeau Field?
Yeah, they were 5th, I believe.
And that was also as Les Miles was having that got Les Miles fired.
See, this is what you're doing. You're not giving any credit. You're no credit guy.
I am giving credit, but just tell me when. Tell me when it's been like Wisconsin's always been competing at this insane level, and I haven't. I'm just trying to understand where the expectations are that we are a level up that I don't think we're at, because we have to navigate how to get back there or get there. Big Ten West hit a lot of things.
All right, and this is another good job by you. This is a punching bag segment. You're not supposed to punch at us about the Badgers. We're supposed to punch at you about.
Well, you guys have bad takes about the Badgers, and I want it on the record. I'm a bigger Badger fan than you guys because I actually have patience. That's the thing.
Money.
I have realistic expectations. I'm not gonna do the thing where I freak out after a year and a half and pretend that the sky is falling. If we're having this conversation in 2 years from now, I will be the first person to say, hand up, I was wrong, but I don't think it's going to go that way. I think it's going to turn around.
All right, Barstool Big Cat joining us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Would you rather the Bears have a real quarterback or the Badgers have a real quarterback?
I mean, it's probably never going to happen for either, so I don't really understand that question.
Yeah, we got him.
Actually,
we got him.
Maybe the Badgers, just because I'll be the one who brings the real quarterback.
Have you ever thought, just bleep this, I'm done with the Bears? Like, just be done with them. I disown the Bears,
I'm not done with them.
I've disowned them. I want nothing to do with it.
They're causing you too much stress.
Why do you want this? You got kidney stones.
If the Bears let me be GM, then I would pick Bears. But I'm gonna find us a quarterback for the Badgers, and I'm gonna take all the credit. Everyone's gonna have to be like giving me thank yous in the streets when this happens.
Yeah, so when it comes to the Bears-Packers, how are you watching this game? I mean, you should probably just spare yourself the stress of watching it, right? Because, I mean, we're talking about you potentially, you're not going to abandon your team, but at some point, are you changing how you're experiencing this team, or are you just completely given up on them for this season?
The Bears are going to win this game now. Based on your tone, the Bears are going to win this game, and I better be able to call back in on Monday.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Segment 1, Monday, 2 o'clock. Barstool Big Cat at the 1 in 1 million Dumb and Dumber chance here.
I'm gonna watch it how I always watch it. We have our gambling streams. The Bears do not deserve. We have 7 TVs. One main TV has sound that's bigger than everything else. The Bears do not deserve sound. That will be Steelers.
What gives you hope about the Bears?
Nothing really. Maybe. No.
Is that his phone line? Are we disconnecting?
Selling the team. I don't think there's anything that gives me hope because it's rotten to the core. That's the problem. Is like I still believe in Caleb Williams. Unfortunately, I don't believe in the Bears maybe and hiring the right people. I think Kevin Warren is a doofus. And he's the type of guy they just bring in, and he's just an empty suit he's not a football guy. They don't bring in football guys. I want a football guy running the whole operation. So until that happens, I will still have very little hope.
All right, I need your help. I'm getting married next August. Bachelor party, Big Cat, power rankings, top 3.
Okay. So obviously Vegas has got to be somewhere in there. It's probably 3. So Vegas is 3 because the problem with Vegas, it's fun, but it's really hard to keep a crew together when you're in Vegas. Charleston, South Carolina is very, very fun. I've been to a couple there. And then actually the best bachelor party I've ever been to was my brother-in-law. He got a houseboat in California on a lake. That was so much fun.
What's a houseboat?
Because it's like, It's literally a houseboat. What do you have?
How many people were on
like a yacht? Like I don't know what. I don't know.
It's a houseboat. You never heard of a houseboat?
No.
It's a boat. It's a house.
How many people on the boat?
There was maybe like 12 of us.
Wow.
And then there was a smaller boat we were able to rent and do like tubing and water skiing and stuff. But maybe so. All right. So you guys don't understand the concept of a houseboat, which couldn't be more clear. It's a houseboat. I'll go with how about a lake house? How about a lake house?
There you go. Now you're speaking our Wisconsin language here.
Especially when you get later in life, like, yes, the partying is fun, but it's like you don't get as many chances to be with your friends anymore. You don't get everyone together. So if you go to Vegas, you'll go to a dinner and then there'll be like a couple guys playing blackjack, a couple guys doing this, and you'll all be split up. If you get a lake house, it's like you get to just have fun and all be together and have fun together.
I like it. And lastly, before we let you go, what's the weirdest thing that happened to you, like what happened to Brad this morning? He is fostering 2 young children under the 4-month-old age. I have a 9-month-old. We've been trading baby stories. His wife thought the baby was Brad, and she put the binky in his mouth in the middle of the night. Anything close to that for you?
It was a shock, Big Cat. It was a shock.
Well, I mean, Brad, way to make me feel like a terrible human being. You're fostering 2 kids.
I know. Literally.
That was a hell of a card to pull on me there. When my first was born, maybe 2 months into his life, I was feeding him and he started throwing up, and I instinctively held him upside down to drain him. And my wife, we got it on camera, and she was just like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I don't know." I was like thinking I don't want him to choke on it. So you're not supposed to drain a baby. That's what I learned.
That's Barstool, Big Cat. Look forward to not talking to you at 2:00 on Monday. Sound good?
That's fine. And you guys better get in line because I'm going to get a quarterback. And when I do, you guys are going to have to kiss my hands, kiss the ring, and you're going to be like, "Thank you so much for changing our lives."
Thank you, Big Cat. There it is.
Yes. Not yet. Job's not finished. But we're going to get it.
All right, go to work. All right, go to work.
Do everything I can. Go buy Stella Blue Coffee, StellaBlueCoffee.com. That is going to get us a quarterback that we'll be proud of.
Done. That's Big Cat. Thanks, brother.
I can get behind that. I can get behind that.
Oh, my gosh.
The visual
of the upside down baby.
Oh, my gosh. That is unbelievably
the
great.
line, you can't drain a baby.
I don't want to do that.
Unbelievable.
Want to keep him full. Just a thought.
Yeah, that's why you feed them.
Real quickly, I'm going to tell you about the Princeton Club because they have free childcare with your membership. If you're thinking about doing something as stupid as Big Cat is, of holding a baby upside down, they'll take care of your baby.
Rumor has it they don't.
Rumor has it they don't drain babies. 24/7, they're open. Free childcare with the membership. Madison's favorite health club, Madison's best health club. Millions of dollars invested with upgrades across all of the facilities. 8 Madison locations, 1 New Berlin. Find your better tomorrow and get started on your health journey at the only place you should look, and that is the Princeton Club. A lot to react to. I don't like what he did there. I
had you in the spin cycle, buddy.
He spun me. Holy cow. I got roped in. He's good. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Oh, no, not Coach Booty. People said yes, good riddance. He didn't do enough.
Not Coach Bud, but Coach Booty.
They call him Booty, Bud? Did
they call him
Coach
Booty?
Bud. You know when I said Booty.
Only his friends call him Booty.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson, the day after reaction show you need in your life.
This offense, Matt LaFleur's side of the ball, dragged this whole team through where they are right now.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
The defense got hot at the right time. That might be what we're seeing here with the Packers defense as well.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
Football season. Best time of the year and my favorite time of the year. This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. On game days, my favorite teammate is a cold carbless in my hand. Premium cocktails in a can made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Maybe it's when I'm at the tailgate ahead of kickoff or getting ready at home for the game. Carbless is there. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and gluten-free. Carbless features classic cocktails like margarita, Paloma, and even Moscow Mule, and vodka cocktail flavors like cranberry, lemon, and peach. Find it on your next grocery trip. Carbless. Less is more.
Your current car? Soon to be your old car. A new car? Better start looking. But you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free credit score and score monitoring on most new consumer checking accounts. Because when you know you need to make a big purchase, knowing your credit score puts you in the driver's seat. You've got this with free credit monitor from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Calling all green and gold fans. Ditch the stress and ride in style to Green Bay with the Milwaukee Broadhouse. With round-trip rides starting at $85 per person to every home game, you can enjoy all you can drink on the bus. No need to worry about traffic or parking. Milwaukee Broadhouse even has a private restroom on board. Upgrade your experience with an all-you-can-eat and drink tailgate package for $30 more. Don't miss out. Secure your seat now at MilwaukeeBroadhouse.com. Let's make every game day legendary.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Have you seen them yet?
Seen what?
4 different ways to say I love you.
I'd love to see those. Show me the list. What list? The list of 4 different ways to say I love you.
Let's start over.
Where are you going, Monica?
I'm going to get the 4 different ways to say I love you.
Sarah, imagine a box of assorted chocolates.
Okay.
When you open the lid, what do you see?
I see a guy sitting on a park bench saying, "Life is like a box of chocolates."
But what are the shapes of the chocolates?
There are 4 different shapes.
Here they are.
Those are gorgeous.
4 diamond pendants covered in diamonds.
Almost like they were dipped in diamonds.
And each diamond was created inside a miniature star.
But you'd have to be rich to afford one of these.
Choose the diamond pendant you like best. $148.
I love Kessler's.
Everyone loves Kessler's.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Gabe Neitzel here. I know you've already heard me talking about how Mentality has helped me over the years, but there are others like me. Jason has been using Mentality for a while now and is loving the results.
I have gotten a handful of friends, probably a couple dozen, especially those that are closer to my age, maybe even a little bit older, because I just tell them, you got to check this out. Do not wait any longer. Just go and admit it. Yep, you're at an age where things are slowing down. I promise you, you're not going to regret it, and that's truly what I get. I'll get a phone call after, like, man, I feel like a kid at Chuck E. Cheese right now.
Learn more today at LowTUSA.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
What gives you hope about the Bears?
Nothing really. Maybe selling the team. I don't think there's anything that gives me hope because it's rotten to the core. That's the problem. Is like I still believe in Caleb Williams. Unfortunately, I don't believe in the Bears.
Big shout out to Barstool Big Cat for joining us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. If you missed that interview, watch back on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. He's taking all credit for whatever happens with the Badgers if they're good, and he spun zoned me. I was leading Bears-Packers, and then we got into a fun conversation about him being the hero if the Badgers are good.
You know how we talked about yesterday, how we kind of felt sad after the Alvarez interview? I feel sad about the Badgers now. I feel like I'm discredited for all those good years.
Yeah, you sucked.
Of all the good Badger football.
All the times that I, like...
Not possible anymore.
Throw it away.
We weren't that good.
Throw it away. It's just the Big Ten West.
Oh, I hope that's not how the Badger, contingent feel.
From a Packers standpoint, I do think this is definitely good news. Per Wes Hodkowitz. How'd I do there? Wes Hodkowitz? Nailed it. LaFleur on Love. It'll be good to get him some practice under his belt when he's fully healthy. Confident a full week of practice and stacking those days will definitely be beneficial for him. Not on the injury report. We all know practice makes perfect.
I guess you forget that even though Love's played, he like hardly has practiced this whole time. So hopefully this makes cleaner decision making, more accurate football. It's good to have a healthy Jordan Love back. I'm over the injury narrative. Let's just get back to like elite Jordan Love.
Well, I'm glad that when LaFleur spoke and the injury report came out, we don't have to do this dance, right? We've been doing the dance.
Limited.
He's questionable on the injury report. He's limited in practice. He hasn't had full practice. We need him to play well if you're going to beat the Lions, this, that, the other thing. The bye week came at the perfect time for the Green Bay Packers. And as we talk about moving forward into the second half of the season, I do want to know, in order for the Packers to do what Adam Schefter said, to get to 6-2 over the next 8 games, or even make a Super Bowl run, right? Which of these problems, if they persist, will stop them from doing so? Interceptions or pass rush? If you want to chime in and think something more important than those two things is ahead of those, I don't believe so. I think there's other issues and you can address those, but it's interceptions and pass rush. If those two things persist, which one is most important to stop in order for this team to be 6-2 their next 8 games and actually have a chance to make a run? We're back in 2 minutes. We have that conversation. Talk with you, KBN Nation. 800-990-3776. We're back in 2.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Thanksgiving is almost here. What are you bringing to the table? Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Pairing the right wine with your Thanksgiving dinner can turn your meal into a celebration. But you don't have to be an expert to find the right wine. That's what our knowledgeable staff is here for. With over 8,000 varieties of wine, Discount Liquor can help you choose between a light, fruity Pinot Grigio, a big, luscious Cabernet, or anything in between, all at the lowest prices in town. Visit us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstool in Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again!
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com. And from our family to yours, have a happy and safe Thanksgiving.
Discount liquor.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesh Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, service, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and the weekend is here. Are you ready to make some money betting the games? We had another great weekend last week, 4-2 with our football selection Saturday, and another 4-1 on Sunday, 9-3 over the weekend, and we are ready to roll into the holiday season. Go to FatJackSports.com. Get signed up today if you're betting on the games. $99 this weekend to make money betting on football. That's $99 to make money betting the games. They're emailed to you on your personal portal at FatJackSports.com.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Benny Brust, Bradley Nortman, Alexander Strofe.
Did you just self-identify as Benny?
Yeah, feeling good.
I think that's okay. I guess I'm not sure how I feel about that.
It sounded like we were going like official, birth certificate type names.
Benjamin John Brust, Bradford.
William
Nortman.
Is their name Bradford? No, it's Bradley.
No, it's Bradley. Alexander?
Nope.
Alex Stephen?
No, Alex William as well.
Two Williams.
We have the same middle name. Yes, you knew that.
And your dad's name is Brad, right?
My dad's name is Brad.
What do you know? That's like Lincoln Kennedy.
I know you've
stuff.
had a lot of families, a lot of divorces. Are we sure that he's not an older brother?
We both got big schnozzes. I mean, maybe.
Hey, yeah.
Powerful. Of the two bugaboos that I think are the most impactful to the Green Bay Packers, the interceptions and the lack of consistent pass rush, which of those two do you feel cannot persist in order for this team to be a Super Bowl contender? Because, Brad, we already got a caller, and I want to get to him, but I want you first.
Yeah, to me, it's interceptions, and it's not even particularly close. It is the thing that is keeping Jordan Love from playing at an elite level, because you look at other statistics of him, touchdown passes, yards, completion percentage is okay, but interceptions, that is the thing that is killing his ability to lead this team and have them be successful, puts the defense in a bad situation. When you lose the turnover margin, or when you tilt that away in your favor by throwing interceptions, it's so hard to win ball games, particularly playoff games. And if it continues to happen, I just don't see a path that this team is going to do what they have the potential to do, which is go to a Super Bowl. If Jordan Love keeps throwing interceptions, this team will not make a deep playoff run we all think they're capable of. And it's not only that, I just have nightmares of Brett Favre throwing playoff interceptions. I have Jordan Love last year, game-ending interception in San Francisco. There's just so many moments that an interception was the game-sealing, game-losing moment that I just can't fathom this team having the success they should if they can't figure out this interception issue.
I believe Alex Strofe, our producer in the KBN Sports Desk, is putting that on Twitter X at KBN ESPN. The question we are posing to you, which of the two things that have been plaguing the Packers the most in the first half of the season do they need to eliminate? If you could only choose one, what would it be? Josh in Kenosha, interceptions or a better pass rush? What do you need to see?
You got to get rid of the turnovers in general. 100% agree with the sentiments just stated for a few reasons. You're giving away possessions, right? So then you talk about time of possession battle. To win in the playoffs, you need to control the ball. And depending on where those turnovers happen, you're either giving them points, as we've seen with the pick sixes, or you're taking away an opportunity for yourself to get points if you're in field goal range or in the deep red area. You can supplement not having a pass rush by your linebackers and your secondary stepping up a little bit and stopping the run as well. There's other ways to mitigate not having a great pass rush, but turnovers are absolute killers. And to his point of so many games being lost on the interceptions or turnover, it just defeats you.
Yeah, we appreciate the call, Josh in Kenosha. Beads in Milwaukee. Beads, you're up.
It's hard for me to agree with Bear Down Bradley, but it's interceptions. I mean, it has to be interceptions. You know, just look who wins in the playoffs. I never thought I'd see a team win with 5 turnovers until now, this past weekend. But I mean,
I'd rather the Detroit Lions for those who missed it.
Yeah, I'd rather get in a shootout and not turn the ball over and have the ball last.
I appreciate the call. You know, I understand the interceptions, and it's an issue. It is an issue. But when I think about teams and I think about being able to overcome interceptions, it would be if this defense wouldn't have to be so reliant on turnovers themselves and could, I don't know, in big moments, sack the quarterback. Like against a real team, right? You think about that. Think about the Super Bowl last year. How much defense mattered. The Super Bowl wasn't won by Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs offense. Cripes, right now, they can't win with offense either. They're doing it in these one-score games and not looking that efficient offensively. As I think about the future of the Green Bay Packers this season, Jordan Love is who he is. He, I believe, other than the 2 really bad wrong side of the field turnovers, for the most part, is going to be who he is. He's 90% of the time going to be making ridiculous throws. And hopefully that just becomes 95% of the time, because I don't think you can change the habits too much. So he kind of is what he is. He's going to regress a little bit. We know he's capable of not throwing as many interceptions. You know why? Because we've seen him do it in the NFL. What we consistently have not seen a Packers defense do to help propel them throughout a second half of a season and a late playoff push is dominating up front. And so, unfortunately, the trade deadline's come and gone. You are going to have to work with what you got. You need to stay healthy, and you need to find the most productive guys because you can't always be scheming blitzes, as you've talked about, Brad, because if you have a good offense in front of you, they will start to figure out those open gaps when somebody's coming off the edge, the open spot that they can sit in. This pass rush needs to be more consistent with 4 because you cannot consistently have to have Jeff Hafley go into the tape and say, all right, we're not getting home with 4. How do I come up with a strategy to beat a team sending 5 or sending 4 with dropping a defensive end in coverage and sending somebody else? I don't think that is a long-term strategy that bodes well for the Packers to win.
Yeah, and I still contend it is interceptions, but I'm even thinking about that game that the Packers lost to the 49ers, right? We remember the missed field goal. We remember the interception that Jordan Love threw to end the game, but I personally forget about the drive that the Packers were up and the 49ers took it 12 plays down the field with ease, right? With ease down the field. Brock Purdy was completely comfortable, and that was the touchdown to put them up. I just looked at the box score. 1 sack. 1 sack and few quarterback hurries that game. So the Packers couldn't get pass rush on that game either. I think about the games that they do get a good pass rush, primarily the Thanksgiving game last year. It can completely eliminate offenses. And you look around at all the teams they're going to need to go through to get to the Super Bowl, they're going to need to eliminate or slow down that offense. Now, I still think it is all for naught if you don't protect the ball and protect your offense from interceptions. But man, oh man.
It happened again, though, against Jacksonville. Remember, they were up 2 scores, and what do you know? Jacksonville comes down with a drive in which I remember week 1, it was like, oh, we didn't have a chance to see what this pass rush can do with the lead. There's been times where they have the lead, and it's like, all right, now's that time where you can put that pressure and attack the quarterback and end the game. And John Anderson, who joins us on Tuesdays, the professor, you hear him on the Homer Hour from 5 to 6 on ESPN Milwaukee, he's always talking about needing that crucial stop. How many times as Packer fans have we needed that crucial stop and it not happened?
Well, and the thing you're going to see when you get to the playoffs is the teams that remain, they all have really, really good quarterbacks. And if really good quarterbacks have time, they're just going to pick you apart. It's just what they do. So pass rush, it's got to get figured out. I still contend it's interceptions. Nothing changes the game, the momentum of the game, the dynamic.
You're lying. Position. You always say it's after a missed field goal.
Well, that too. We could toss that up as a suggestion as well. But consistent interceptions, creating short fields, losing possessions, getting your offense out of rhythm, maybe losing the confidence of Jordan Love, and the just continued nightmarish feeling I think about when Favre, Rodgers, Love struggle in the playoffs and they throw interceptions. I just think it's inexcusable, and it puts you in a situation where you just cannot win against good teams if you throw interceptions at that kind of rate.
Strophe nailed down the poll. Which issue that's plaguing the Packers are you more worried about, the turnovers or the pass rush? 800-990-3776. We'll keep curating your responses here from KBN Nation and send it over to the KBN Sports Desk.
Why did you have to point out that I nailed it on the poll?
Because I wasn't nailing it in my delivery to the audience, so I was giving you credit.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
How about that healthy little dialogue?
I appreciate you.
Oh, now you do.
No, I always have. Say it back.
I appreciate you, too. I already just outwardly said it. Now you're making me say it twice, which pains me, Strophe. It pains me.
Hey, Brad, I appreciate you, too.
I appreciate you.
All right, I'm done with this love fest, because what I don't appreciate is a bad Hear Brad Out that derails the show.
Yeah, I will no longer appreciate you if it's bad.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
3:15, Wednesday. First, you're going to tell us about carbless, and then you're going to get lathered up for a good Hear Brad Out.
Oh, well, I will, because whether it's a good Hear Brad Out, I'll be celebrating tonight with the carbless. If it's a bad one, if it's not received by KBN Nation and my guys, Strophe and Ben, I'll be wallowing in my sorrows. But a carbless in my hand either way. That's because it's my go-to ready-to-drink cocktail when I'm looking to kick back, relax at the Nortman estate, and be able to relax a little bit. It's everything I'm looking for when it comes to a ready-to-drink cocktail. It's guilt-free. It's a guilt-free experience. Carb-free, sugar-free, gluten-free, 100 calories per can, and less carbonation. That's the perfect amount of flavor as you drink it and taste, but not so much that's going to give you an upset stomach. And then even more so, we talk about, I go down and the Nortman fridge is fully stocked. That's because I got to have all the flavors available. I got to have the fruit flavors like cranberry, especially especially in the fall. Cranberry hits different. Black raspberry and lemon lime. Or you got the classic cocktails. Margarita, still my favorite. Strawberry margarita, mojito, Paloma. There are so many options, and there's a flavor for everybody. So if you are thinking about finally why to discover why less is more, or if you already know why less is more and you love carbless like me, don't hesitate. The weekend's almost here. You might as well celebrate tonight. Go to your local grocer, find them where they are near you, and discover why carbless truly is less is more.
Brad Nortman, the brainchild, all of his children, the Hear Brad Outs. Is it going to be a good child or a bad child? Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Milwaukee County, you need to shovel the pathway to the lake, okay? I had to step through snow in order to get to the lake.
I think Kyle's the Karen of the show.
I think
he's high maintenance, for sure.
I think Kyle pays taxes in the county of Milwaukee that just went up, so I expect for this stuff to be plowed.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Starting off with a little bit of action, we do have a crash off the freeway system, but near it. It is on Highland Avenue. The right lane is blocked with a crash heading westbound right at 11th Street. So right as you're crossing over the freeway there. So careful with that. Then we've got another one on Forest Home, a crash that has both east and westbound Forest Home closed right at 894. So watch out for those two areas. Westbound 94 backed up from 16th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, turning mostly cloudy, breezy, evening rain with a high of 53 tonight. Rain likely mild, but with a low of 48. And then tomorrow, we're looking at showers early, then mostly cloudy skies, a high of 54. Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Always have a slice of summer by playing Pro Tour courses on one of their 12 simulators. Book a bay for just $35 Monday through Thursday. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Do you remember that electric moment when you suddenly realized that she was the one?
The one you were going to love forever.
The one you'd been waiting your whole life to meet.
She is the one.
The one.
Now it's time to find the one engagement ring that sparkles like she does.
Come to Kessler's Diamonds. We have a collection of incredibly special diamond engagement rings called the One Collection.
You need one special engagement ring for the one woman you will ever love.
Kessler's Diamonds is the one jewelry store where you can find the One Collection.
And Kessler's is the one store that offers the world-famous, no excuses, no fine print, lifetime warranty on every diamond engagement ring we sell.
We have the freedom to do this for you because Kessler's Diamonds is the one diamond store owned by its employees.
The One Collection starts at just $550.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
Hey, it's Gary Ellison here for Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Looking for that midday escape? Or maybe you want to impress a client? Get a little slice of summer on the links with Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center, a top-tech, cutting-edge golf experience that gives you the chance to play legendary courses. Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's simulators, entertainment, and best Bloody Marys make it feel like summer all year round. With bays at just $35 an hour, Mondays through Thursdays. That summer feel is easily back in your life. Book your bay at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority with the latest technologies at their state-of-the-art Brookfield office. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. And now, Holtebeck Eye Center is excited to add Dr. Nausheen Abbas to their team. Dr. Abbas is an ophthalmologist and cornea specialist that is now available to see patients. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol, learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
800-990-3776 is the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. We're asking you about the first half bugaboos and what's been plaguing the Green Bay Packers the most in the turnovers and the lack of consistent pass rush, and which one needs to be fixed most importantly for them to have a successful second half of the season. Nick and Madison, you're up on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Not bad. So the thing is, I'm going to agree and disagree with you guys at the same time.
Okay.
We got to stop throwing interceptions, pick sixes in stupid times, doing stupid things. It's worse than Brett Favre.
Wow.
Dang.
So you say that they got to get pass rush, but I would rather see an interception over a pass rush, over a sack any day, and they're getting a good amount of interceptions, which I really like. I like the turnovers. So, and you say he's left the defense in a bad predicament a couple of times. There's been twice he left them sit on the bench, and he didn't give them a chance to try.
Yeah, Nick, I appreciate your call, and I understand why you're optimistic about interceptions, but that is a part of the game. Yes, you can practice. They have Ball Thursdays, I believe, where they meet to talk about turnovers on their own, on controlling the football and the defense taking away. But, Brad, you could shed light to this. Like, if you could rely on something, it's more reasonable to rely on your guys on the field producing pressure than a turnover.
Yeah, because with the turnover, you need to rely on a bad pass. These quarterbacks are good enough that they can throw passes that are basically inability to throw. Like throw it. You've heard the phrase, throw or only your guy can get it. Well, the good quarterbacks will do that and do that consistently. Nothing will create turnovers quite like a pass rush, whether it be fumble or bad throws. And if there is no pass rush, let's be honest. Like a lot of Xavier McKinney's interception, I think he's at maybe 5 or 6.
A couple of them are just right in the tummy.
I can think of 3 that the dude just threw it up. It was a bad pass, and he just played center field and picked it off. So a more consistent antidote to stopping an offense is an elite pass rush, and it can do more for you. A great secondary is very helpful, and we've seen what it can do. But a pass rush is more consistent and then can help even like a lesser secondary.
Well, save your breath and save your voice because it's time to hear from you. It's Hear Brad Out, and make sure the phone lines and your texts are ready to either agree or disagree with one Brad Nortman at 800-990-3776.
They say punters are people too.
Punters are worthy of breaking news.
No, really, that's what they say.
Raising awareness everywhere that punters are people too.
Okay, let's go to it. Time to hear from the punter. Time to hear Brad Out.
Ben, you said it. These Hear Brad Outs, they are like my children, and I treat them all with love. And this one, it doesn't get enough love. The greeting card industry, it's got to get disrupted. It's time that we disrupt the greeting card industry.
I'm listening.
They're too expensive. You go to the store and these cards are like $10. $10 for a card, which is never even the main part of any sort of gift or wishing for a birthday or for any sort of celebration. Too expensive. I don't know about this for you guys, but when I go and look for a card, I got something in mind that I want. The message and the card never fits the person perfectly how I want. And honestly, what do you do with all these cards when you get them? I mean, do you keep them all and have a stack of them over the course of years? Do you throw them out? I feel bad if I throw them out. So what do you do with all these cards? There's just got to be a better way to do it. And finally, Ben, you just experienced it with mailing all the beads. If you got to mail the card, you got to get the postage. You got to put it in with plenty of time. The greeting card industry has got to get disrupted. And I got a plan. I got a plan for how to disrupt it. I'm thinking about digital greeting cards. Now, I'm thinking an app that can create cards, and each card, 50 cents. Easy, no problem, inexpensive and convenient. These are going to be digitally sent greeting cards. You'll be able to save time, save money, and listen to this. we're all seeing how AI can, grow into our world right now. AI created messages. You type the things you love about the person into it. Like Ben Brust, I'm looking at you. You're witty. You're handsome. Darn it, you make us laugh. And maybe you throw in a couple funny things like, guy that pees in a water bottle or things like that. Then the AI...
You're putting in the AI?
AI can create a personalized, one-of-a-kind birthday message that it can be funny, it can be serious, whatever it wants, that is totally tailor-made to Ben Brust. You can pick from serious or funny or both, and then you can even add a video component. There's infinite possibilities with as much inexpensive convenience, and it's just so easy to be able to do and so much more meaningful. You can save it because it's digital. You don't have to worry about throwing it away. I just think this is the ultimate solution to the greeting card industry. You've got an app. It's digitally created, AI created message that you can, tailor make to the person, create, funny, serious, or both. A video component. You can save it for the long term. Tell me where I am mistaken on this. To take an antiquated greeting card system and bring it to 2024, baby.
All right. Well, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with no Kyle, so I'm bringing Alex Stroh from the KBN Sports Desk to play the role of Kyle Wallace.
Brad, I have 2 questions for you.
Yes, Alex Stroh.
Do you have an email?
I do have an email.
Do you have a Facebook?
I have a Facebook.
You hear what I'm getting at?
Not the same, though.
Oh, yeah,
Not the same.
In fact, Facebook actually has this cool feature where AI will write a birthday message for you.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
For free?
For free?
No.
And you write happy birthday on people's Facebook walls.
How do they AI produce it? Do they just...
I actually just tried it for the first time the other week. I'm glad you asked. So let's just use Ben's name as the example. I'd go to his Facebook wall. It says, write birthday message with A, I would say. It just automatically goes, happy birthday, Ben! Exclamation point. Hope you have a wonderful birthday.
That's not AI produced. That's just like fill in the blank.
So I'm not gonna lie. I'm hearing
and
Brad
also, I'm pretty sure this already exists.
has to exist.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
This has to exist. But I like where we're going because I tell you what, cards way too expensive. Way too expensive.
Crazy.
And I throw it away within 24 hours of opening. What do? Put it on the fridge? You put it on the fridge. Do you open it up again? I don't. Just sits there. You're like, oh, this is wasting space in the fridge. You read it. You say thank you in your head, and then you toss it out. That's what I do.
Just like that.
You feel bad about it because you're Brad.
Well, yeah. But you don't keep any cards? I keep some.
Where?
In a bin.
And do you go back and look at them?
But no, I don't.
Exactly.
But now the bin is getting stuffed.
This sounds like this is why we went away from filing cabinets, because we have a cloud. Not
Exactly
actual
right.
clouds.
That's powerful.
But the cloud, the thing that stores all the data thing,
The thing that we can't understand.
But it exists somehow in the technology world. I love this. If I could store all the digital cards, it'd be a much better way for me to go back and look at everything.
If this does already...
Just start screenshotting the things people say to you on Facebook.
But Facebook's so inauthentic.
Yeah, it's public forum. It's inauthentic.
Why I don't like Facebook?
You had me prior to saying it didn't exist, but after that's when you lost me.
Then
Facebook's stupid. You know why? Because I appreciate all the Facebook messages that you get that people take the time to do, but also I don't really like. We haven't talked. Like this person from 10 years ago. Did we talk? Are you just like a habitual happy birthday person guy on Facebook? Do you look forward to this? It's just a little odd.
Yeah, we need to. If you already argue that Facebook does it, then I need this to replicate and replace the actual physical card experience. Like if it's Lexi and it's our anniversary, I want to be able to create this card digitally, write this message out, make it personal. She can save it. Bada bing, bada boom. Saved money, convenient, and easy.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. Isn't it more personable and personal when you can see the writing and you have that personal touch?
But these cards write out the message for you. So that's the thing. I look at it and I'm saying, well, this isn't exactly how I feel about Lexi, or this isn't exactly.
Let's hear from KBN Nation. John in Muskego. You're always on the move, but you have a question for Brad.
Yes, I do, because Brad is very frugal, I'm learning, in his trip
Just
to Napa.
learned that?
And I think I have a friend that's parallel with this, so I'm wondering, Brad, have you ever gone to somebody's house where you brought a nice bottle of booze, not wine, but booze, and then you decide at the end of the night, because it wasn't really hit that hard, that you take it back home?
That's a great question. I never have I done that when it's been a gift. Like if it's been an objective gift, never re-gifted it, like retaken it back. But if we're at a party and everyone kind of brought their own booze.
He started to tiptoe around his take right now. I could feel it.
Yeah, I've done that once or twice.
James the Postman. This is sad, Brad. You're trying to kill the postage industry.
Oh no, James the Postman.
Digital greeting cards. So you're just trying to take my job and my livelihood away? Thanks, Brad.
I'm gonna hire James the Postman as the curator of the app. How about that?
As the email.
It can't be an email either.
Text message?
It's got to be.
How are you delivering said electronic card, Brad?
I think it pops up as like a banner on your phone. Like, boom, there it is.
That sounds like an invasion of privacy.
And then you open it up.
Right? They don't have the app, and all of a sudden
Brad,
it's just boom.
You really had me when you started, right? Greeting cards too expensive, not very personalized, kind of goofy. I thought you were going to go the direction of we should just stop giving cards. I'm good for that. But then you
better
went
solution.
to, hey, let's just doll up an email real quick.
But there's got to be something a bit more like social connectivity.
You're putting makeup on a pig by doing this.
Yeah, so
you're gonna call my app "Makeup on a Pig."
Yeah,
my app that I came up with 30 minutes ago.
That's what it's called.
Outlook or Gmail.
Like for instance, Gina Della is someone that is always gifting KBN Nation an opportunity. Gina and I and Joe Franco sat down at my house, and what do you think I'm going to do as we go through this process? I'm not going to send her a digital card. I'm going to write her a handwritten note and say, I love you.
That she would have earned it. How well she treats.
So you don't think people earn their cards?
I don't think it's about earning it. I just think that there's a better way to deliver it.
All right, well, tell people how they can, do the same thing that I do and you do and work with Gina.
Yeah, I mean,
because they're going to want to write a handwritten note, not go to your stupid app to send her something.
Yeah, usually when you give a card, you're also giving a gift. This is like Gina writing you a card and giving you a gift because she's always finding ways to make Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin more affordable, more customizable for you. So you can finally tackle that project. You're looking at that door, you're looking at that window. You know it's got to be replaced. Winter is on its way. No better time than right now for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin to transform your home, just like they're doing to Ben Brust's home. No interest and no payments for 12 months. That's right, no interest, no payments for 12 months. You're going to be able to increase the value of your home, decrease energy costs, especially with winter coming, all with the beautiful Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Apparently, JD and Fondy and many others are mentioning Jib Jab has digital cards.
Jib Jab.
That's the one where like
their faces
you
bounce
upload
around.
Faces, and it's like little dancing cartoons.
That's not classy, though. I'm talking about classy.
Weren't you talking about like personalization and the lack thereof?
Yes.
Okay, well, AI isn't very personal.
But you put in personal characteristics of the person. He's therefore making it personal.
This wasn't a good thought out plan. This is a bad hair Brad out. Let's let Rob Demovsky join our club and tell Brad that this isn't great. Rob Demovsky, who heard from Matt LaFleur, has updates on Jordan Love's status and health and a whole lot more. Rob Demovsky, our good bald friend that covers the Packers, joins us next here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
If I was as tall and as talented as you, if I could shoot as well as you could, both them teams would have won. Because you know what? You did a fake punch, you said, in the Rose Bowl?
Yeah.
And I would have did fake point. I would have took it to the house. I would have scored a dang touchdown.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We had an earlier closure of Highland westbound over I-43. Looks like that has been cleared. We do still have delays on the freeway, though, from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette. We also have this issue on Forest Home right at 894. Both directions of Forest Home closed right now because of a crash. Now, the freeway in that area of 894, that's actually okay. Westbound 94 tightening up a bit from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard, and southbound 41 a little bit heavy from Capitol Drive down towards Burleigh. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, rain likely mild with a low of 48. Tomorrow, showers early, mostly cloudy, a high of 54. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It's time for another edition of Wellness Wednesdays here on 94.5 ESPN. Kyle Brust and Nortman's Brad Nortman sits down with Wellness Director Jessica Barr to talk about Quintessa.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman here with another edition of Wellness Wednesdays. I'm here with Jess from Quintessa Aesthetic Center in Brookfield. This week, we're talking about IV therapies. Now, I'll be honest, hand in the air, I've used IV therapy a couple times to get over hangovers. Now, we know that's one area that you can use it, but there's so much more than that, right?
Yeah, so many other benefits. So basically what IV therapy is we can put a lot of vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, everything into an IV bag, and just like you would get in a hospital setting, you do in our office, except it's a lot more comfortable and a nice view. But it can really help with energy, gains in the gym, recovery, if you're sick, immunity. We have so many different IV options to choose from.
I've seen the area where people receive IVs at Quintessa Brookfield. Let me tell you, it is spa-like. So if you're looking for a place to not only feel internally but externally rejuvenated and a little bit of relaxation, check out how IV therapy can help you at Quintessa Aesthetic Center in Brookfield.
Learn about all the services offered by Quintessa Aesthetic Center at myquintessa.com.
Hey ESPN Wisconsin fans, Brad Nortman here. Whether you're an athlete like me or just want to feel your best, Quintessa's new wellness center in Brookfield is your go-to for peak performance. With services like hormone therapy, IV drip therapy, medical weight loss, and anti-aging, Quintessa has everything to keep your body running at its best. It's not just about game day, it's about every day. Check out myquintessa.com/wellness and see how Quintessa can help you stay at the top of your game. Your body deserves it.
Hey guys, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to give you some advice. If you're making plans to propose to that special someone in your life, the Jewelry Center has to be your stop for the ring. It's what I did. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. I didn't know what to get, but with help of a Pinterest board, the Jewelry Center and their team of specialists took care of everything from start to finish. Naturally mined diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, whatever you're in the market for, when it comes to an engagement ring, the Jewelry Center has it. Find locations and inventory online at shoptjc.com.
One night, one stage, Billy Joel and Sting. Saturday, April 26th. One special evening at American Family Field, Milwaukee. Pre-sale for City Card members now through Thursday at 10 p.m. Public on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Saturday, April 26th. Don't miss Billy Joel and Sting. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Bold, bald, beautiful. ESPN NFL Nation reporter Rob Demovsky on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, no Kyle Wallace. Strophe running the show. Joining us now, ESPN Packers reporter Rob Demovsky. Rob, you know the drill. First and foremost, how are you?
I'm good. I like the truth to be spoken about me, and that intro is only 2/3 accurate. Bold, bald, and beautiful. I'm not sure about the third part.
We can change it ASAP.
Hey, I think you're beautiful, Rob. Sorry for calling you beautiful, I guess.
Yeah, sell yourself short. Honesty is a core value in the company, and so I think we need to change that ASAP.
Well, Paul Rudd was named the sexiest man of the year within the last half decade. Rob
Demovsky's
beautiful.
I like it.
Good reporter, average-looking guy. Brad,
you're going to do our guy Rob like that.
He knows he can handle it. Look, we all have our flaws.
I don't know. I think the bald head, the beard, that's like the stud look nowadays. Look at Jason Statham. I mean, he's a stud.
Rob ain't Jason Statham.
You know what though? I often get Stanley Tucci. I don't know if that's any better.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, sorry, I can't help you there. But it's time now for you to judge Brad's. Hear Brad out quickly because it stinks.
Yeah, don't do that, Ben. Don't lead the witness, okay? So here we go.
Objection.
Greeting card disruption. It's time the industry gets disrupted, Rob. They're too expensive. They're like $10 a greeting card. The message never truly fits the person. And what do you do with all those cards when it's finally left over? You have a birthday, you got 20 cards. What are you going to do with all those? So we need to either invent, or people are claiming this is already a thing, then we need to normalize and make it culturally appropriate to just send digital greeting cards. If I was going to make an app for it, I'd do like 50 cents a card. You digitally send it. I'd have AI create the message, right? You type in the characteristics. So for you, Rob, I'd say bald, bold, beautiful. I would invite those, and that way it could write a personalized message for you and you specifically. It could be funny. It could be serious. You could save it on your phone, no space taken up. This has got to be the new world of greeting cards, Rob. Am I right?
I am totally for it, but I will tell you this, that there are places to get cheap greeting cards. Like the discount stores have them for like $1 or 50 cents if you go to like the dollar stores. We'll just say that. I don't want to, give anybody free advertising. But the last time I was in one of those stores and I was fully prepared to buy one of the cheap cards, there was nothing in there that was applicable to the person I was getting the card for. So I am with you. I think Ben probably thought I would be against this. I am with it.
Rob Demovsky
That's a
here.
win to me. That's a win to me.
I don't know what the record is, but it is a win for Brad.
Strophe, I believe that puts me in the winning column. Correct?
We're close. 500 or just
5 and 4.
5 and 4 for Brad Nortman with Rob Demovsky.
Let's go.
The bold, the bald, the beautiful, but not the smartest. Yeah. However you want to take it. You had a chance to hear from Matt LaFleur and obviously a lot of different Packers as we come off the bye week. How refreshing was it for you not to hear the word limited, and what does that mean for Packer fans moving forward in the second half of the season?
So it's the first time that that Love has been full since the groin injury. If you remember going into that week with the groin injury going into the Detroit game, he didn't practice at all on Wednesday, was extremely limited. We now have come to find out on Thursday, and then did a little bit more, but was still limited on Friday. And look, they're not going to use anything as an excuse, Ben, but Matt LaFleur basically said anytime a quarterback or anyone who throws a ball in any sport has a lower body injury, it's going to affect the way they throw. It's going to affect the way they move. It's going to affect the way they plant. And no one's using that as an excuse for why he's thrown 10 interceptions in the first, has he played 6.5 games or whatever it is, 7.5 games. But I think they're at a point coming off the bye where as a full participant, he can do all those things, and maybe more importantly, get the reps, the full week of reps in the game plan. So when he is under duress, he doesn't have a situation where he makes a bad move, a panic move, and throws it away and throws an interception right to somebody who could return it for a touchdown. So I think it matters. I mean, coaches obviously all say practice matters, but I do think in this case it does matter a little bit.
Rob, all week we're seeing the Bears implode before our very eyes. Nothing but drama. And to be honest, the more I hear, the more I realize, man, it's worse than I thought. We're taking the stance on this show that there's basically a 0% chance the Packers lose this weekend. Now, are we taking the Bears too lightly? Or you look at this team and just say, you know what? This is a type of dysfunction that I haven't seen in a long time. And the Packers seem to be healthy and rolling.
Yeah, as long as the Packers don't take them lightly, we can take them as lightly as we want, because I do agree with you. They're a sinking ship, right? And it's just they've scored 27 points in their last 3 games combined, right? Like, that's crazy, averaging 9 points a game. That's not NFL level football. But I am one who believes that when you do shake up a coaching staff, like you make a major change, there's an instant effect. I have no statistical evidence of this, but anecdotally, I feel like teams that fire a coach in season seem like they win more than they lose in that first game with the interim coach. But I don't think that translates to, a coordinator or a play caller changing or getting fired. I don't feel like it does. I remember players telling me when McCarthy got fired in 2018 that, I asked, why does it seem like teams always win the next game, which, if you remember, the Packers did. I think it was against, I can't remember, Arizona.
Joe Philbin.
Got him fired. Yeah, right. They say things like, it wakes you up and it makes you think, boy, were we the problem, kind of a thing. And there's sort of an instant effect there, but it's not a long-lasting effect. But I don't think there's any effect this one. And did I see that Caleb Williams basically said he hasn't really had much communication with the guy who's going to be calling plays going forward? Like they hadn't worked together that much or something like that. That doesn't seem like a great
Yeah,
sign.
I haven't seen that personally. I see more of the other drama about like now.
I will tell you this, though, Ben. Speaking of drama, there was an interesting little thing in the locker room today. Xavier McKinney, who obviously has become one of the not only great players here, but one of the most outspoken guys in the locker room, seems to have beef with DJ Moore. I don't know that that he took what DJ Moore said the right way, but either way, he's using this as sort of a anti-DJ Moore thing. Apparently, on Kay Adams' podcast in the spring, she talked about the additions that were made in the NFC North, and especially in the secondary. And DJ Moore said, "Who?" And she said, "Well, the Lions have added a couple pieces, and the Packers signed Xavier McKinney." And he was just like, "Oh," basically, kind of. Now Xavier McKinney is taking it like DJ Moore said, "Who?" About him, and that is not. If you go back and listen to it, that's not what he said. But either way, Xavier McKinney seems to be fired up to play DJ Moore. And, went on quite a little rant today in the locker room about how anti-DJ Moore he is.
Well, I love it.
Like that.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you have every reason to sort of not lay down, but not bring the A game because it feels like they're imploding. Right. You want to find those reasons to motivate yourself any chance you get. As Rob Demovsky is joining us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. No Kyle, it's Brad and Ben. Now, Rob, we've been talking a lot, of course, about the interceptions and the lack of consistent pass rush with 4. Of those two, what do you think is most important between the two to clean up so this team can go on a run that they have the talent to do?
Yeah, I think the interceptions have to be cleaned up. You just can't give away possessions. You can survive without a dominant pass rush if you cover well and you tackle well. But when you turn the ball over, there's especially when you do it like. I think 7 of the 10 interceptions have been on either first or second down. Like, that's a bad. Like, you got to live. If it's third down, okay, I can get why you might force something, but they've got to fix that because those are just killers, especially when you're backed up in your own end and it turns into instant points. But I do think that it will be interesting to see. I'm not saying that Jordan Love's going to go out and throw 18 touchdowns and only 1 interception like he did in the second half of last season, but it will be interesting to see if they can get those numbers back to where they should be. Because what is he at 15-10 right now?
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, Rob, that's interesting because that leads to my next question. Do you have a feel? So, Jordan Love got signed to this mega contract, right? And it's deserved, and he is the quarterback of the future. There's no doubt about it, right? Do you sense that he feels like there's part of him that needs to re-earn that contract in the second part of the year? Because the first part of the year hasn't gone actually according to plan, given that contract. Yeah. Do you feel any sort of pressure from him to go play at that level that you were just describing?
I don't sense it. Brad, I mean, you never know what a guy's feeling inside, but I think this guy, I mean, if there was like outward frustration, maybe like, but the guy, he hasn't thrown his arms up.
Right.
Yeah, he hasn't yelled at anybody. He hasn't. So my sense is no. I mean, again, I don't know. We don't know him well enough exactly, really, to know what he's like. I mean, even though he's been here 5 years, we really didn't get a chance to know him till a year or so ago, the COVID year, and being a backup and all that stuff. But my sense with him is he's pretty cool. He's pretty steady. Now, I was talking to a player in the locker room recently about that and thinking about working on a story for down the road. And I said I said something like to this player, I said, "Well, that's a lot different than the previous quarterback." And he goes, "Well, let's see in 14 years what he's like." I do think that guys changed over the years, and Rodgers was obviously evolved and became more emotional and dramatic in terms of his on-field and sideline antics. So, but so far we haven't seen any of that from Love. So I would say, Brad, that I don't think it has anything to do with the contract, but I guess we can't rule it out.
Well, Rob, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us here, and look forward to talking to you and hearing you on our stations.
All right, guys, we'll be seeing you.
All right, that's Rob Demovsky, and what we do on a Wednesday is tell people how they can be like Brad. Be more like
That's right. And one way you can be more like me is to visit Quintessa Aesthetic Center. Quintessa, the one that I go to is in Brookfield, but there's some in Madison. There's some in southeastern Wisconsin here. They're going to make you feel like you are at your best. That is what their goal is. Whether you're an athlete like me or you just want to feel your best, Quintessa Medical Center is your go-to for peak performance. During some of these breaks, you hear Jess and I. Jess is the go-to person for the wellness side of Quintessa. Talk about all the different ways that they're going to help optimize your health. Not just hit like a low benchmark, but be the person that you want to be mentally and physically. Whether it be hormone therapy, IV drip therapy, medical weight loss, anti-aging, infrared sauna, there's so many ways to keep your body running at your best. And Quintessa is going to establish a personalized plan for you. I've already booked my appointment next week. I'm going to work one-on-one with Jess and the whole team at Quintessa to make sure that I'm feeling at my best and my body is running as it should. Not only that, Quintessa nutrition app, customized meal plans, and a food tracker helps you take every area of your physical, mental life and optimizes it. Quintessa, don't do it without them. It's too hard to do it on your own. They have all the tools in their toolkit to make sure that you are physically optimized. Visit Quintessa just like me. Go to myquintessa.com/wellness and take charge of your health with Quintessa.
Ladies' night at the Brust household last night. Have a couple observations. Man, it's just, I don't get it.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
You throw hands?
Do I throw hands?
With T.O.
Will I?
No,
I throw hands with Andre the Giant, man.
I love you, Lou. That's Lewis from the north side. The north side always knows.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. It's been a nightmare for Chicago over the last month.
When we're talking about the worst franchises in all of sports, the Chicago Bears have got to be mentioned.
Now the green and gold head to the Windy City refreshed and ready for a playoff run. The rivalry week edition of Green Bay Game Day starts Sunday morning at 9. Presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and on ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube page.
Buenas noches, Chicago!
Come to Kessler's and be greeted by an owner of the store.
We're America's largest employee-owned jewelry company.
Okay, but as a customer, what does that mean to me?
For one thing, it means you get to see every possible diamond choice.
Kessler's has diamonds from diamond mines and created diamonds from plasma chambers.
You can choose from 1,400 loose diamonds.
And every style of engagement ring ever designed.
Okay, I'm convinced.
And no other store can show you a Kessler 81.
With 81 facets instead of just 57, it wins the Sparkle contest every time.
I'm convinced.
And no other store has the Kessler Princess Cut.
Or the exclusive Kessler's Emerald Cut or Kessler's Square Radiant Diamond.
I give up.
And when you want to tell her that you love her twice as much today as the day you married her.
Kessler's has big anniversary diamonds that can be twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Kessler's is unique in all the world.
So what do you say to all that, Sarah?
Welcome to Kessler's.
Rake in a big win this November at Potawatomi. Go head-to-head in the Cash Clash game show for your share of $300,000 in cash and prizes. Just play with your rewards card for entries. Prize drawings on Thursdays. The Cash Clash game show at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Your win is waiting. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Anyway, let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods. Now through Wednesday, save on 1.1 to 2 ounce McCormick Pure Vanilla Extract or Ground Nutmeg, $3.99. 12-pack can Selected Varieties Super Chill Soda, $4.79. 12.5 to 20 ounce Selected Varieties Rana Pasta or Sauce, $5.99. 10 to 13 ounce Selected Varieties Marie Calendar Bowls or Pot Pies, 2 for $4.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
That's too over the top. Try this. Win free groceries from Century Foods.
With free groceries from Century Foods.
Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by January 8th.
It started with a prediction.
Go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Wallace. Right now at Universal Windows Direct, get 0% financing for 60 months, restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Let's go crazy, crazy, crazy till we see the sun. I know we only met for
So, last night, love hosting ladies' night because the fiance cooked something up. What?
You were smiling ear to ear when you said, I love hosting ladies.
That's like Kyle Wallace. I love hosting ladies' night.
I don't think you meant that.
I don't know why I'm saying it. I didn't host.
Yeah, your fiance did. Now, how many ladies we talking?
Just 2 others. So 3 of them
that's not
to
bad.
watch.
Did you hang out or were you with the daughter?
I put her to sleep, and then they were finishing up dinner, and that's when I got myself some dinner, and then Dancing with the Stars was the program. I was
Finale
like,
last night?
no, quarters to semis. Thanks for the details that aren't important.
I lovingly say this. I feel like Ben would be the guy that would walk out of the kitchen and say, "Who wants margaritas?"
That's kind of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of nailed it.
I think all 3 of us might kind of be that way.
Yeah.
Trying to steal the show,
the party.
hey guys,
Look
what's
at
up? Do you want to hang out with me?
I'd be in my jammies sitting crisscross applesauce watching Dancing with the Stars.
I was jammies watching Dancing with the Stars, but my problem was all they did was talk. They're on their phones. They're talking. They miss half the dances. They just talk. Well, I fundamentally don't get it. Like when we have guys over for sports, you watch the game.
I don't know, Brad. I've never gotten an invite. How about you?
Nope, never.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh yeah, as if we've all hung out at the Nortman estate together. We're still waiting on an invite year plus.
Don't say we. I've been there
once. And have you gotten an invite since?
Clearly, his life's been a little busy, as we discovered at the beginning of the show.
Yeah,
that's true.
Got a lot going on. That Brad Nortman. For those who missed it, he's a better person than me, Strofe, and Kyle combined, fostering 2 little boys.
Yeah, I guess I am. But no, you guys are gonna get the invite to the Nortman estate. We'll actually watch the game, unlike what was clearly unfolding.
Does this happen to you guys? I literally couldn't do it. I left and I went to watch the college basketball game.
Good choice.
Great game.
Great
and
game.
I made a great choice, but I was like, I can't even watch.
Yeah, no, this is completely normal.
Yeah,
that's normal behavior.
It's normal. I think I saw a stat out there.
Yeah, I guess the text line's rolling in.
I think women say, I know we talk for a living. I think women say 4 times the amount of words as men. Something like that. 3 to 4 times. So
are you doing the anchor man? The woman's brain is half the size of a man's.
No, I'm just saying they verbally communicate.
Madison Hayes 24 on Instagram. Get the mic going. Are you offended by the amount of words that Brad is saying that you say versus us?
It's real. Look it up.
No,
Somebody look it up.
I do think it's actually true.
It's not a bad thing. They communicate more effectively verbally than men. Men stuff it in too much.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because when I'm with my girlfriends, I'm talking to them. Versus when with my guy friends, it is mostly quiet.
Hey,
Whoa.
Madison Hayes 24.
Because we're watching the game. I'm a sports girl.
Okay, but like when you're watching the game, you guys just talk over the games?
I hate to say, but when I'm watching the game a lot, it's with my guy friends, so it's a lot of quiet.
Which one do you prefer?
Ben, you gotta stop looking at me.
I didn't do anything.
Do you prefer?
I like a mix.
You like a mix?
Because I actually enjoy talking to my girlfriends.
Okay.
That's Madison Hayes 24 on Instagram. Still single, ready to mingle?
Period. I almost talked to a boy at the gym, though. I'm getting the courage.
Come on. You got to do it. Damn Sports Show next in Beaver Dam. Jim, Matt, and Molly and Madison. We're next. from 4 to 5 leading into the Homer Hour. Don't go anywhere on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. In 2 minutes.
Still dealing with some issues. Forest Home closed in both directions right at 894, so careful with that. Delays on the bypass from Beloit Road down through the hill to about Forest Home, so be careful with that. Westbound 94 slowing from 13th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound slowing down from 76th Street through the stadium to 35th. Southbound 41 backed up from just south of Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. And 43 southbound. One pocket of heavy traffic from Hampton down to Capitol, and then again from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Rain likely, cloudy and mild, a low of 48. Tomorrow, showers early, mostly cloudy then with a high of 53. Weather's brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, offering the perfect holiday gift. A memorable experience with Bartolotta gift cards. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com, and happy holidays, Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Staying healthy isn't easy, especially here in Wisconsin with all that game day cheese. Brad Nortman here from Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Between work, family, and life, managing nutrition and fitness can feel overwhelming. Trust me, I know. Quintessa in Brookfield has all the answers. As a member of their wellness membership, I have access to the Quintessa Nutrition app with customized meal plans, grocery lists, and a food tracker that keeps me on track to meet my fitness goals. Members also get 10% off all other wellness services. Take charge of your health. Visit myquintessa.com/wellness.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at titosvodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. It's the Faux Hour at
No, record scratch. Remember, you're kicking a 60-yard bomb as a punter.
Right. J.J. Jansen lined up with the football.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Protection looks good. The snap.
It's the Faux Hour at Faux on KBN.
Now that's a 60-yard punt from Brad Nortman.
Let's go.
Ben Brust, Brad Nortman. No Kyle Wallace, obviously. Alex Stroh running the show. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. Now, I don't know why I just came to this realization, because there was a book club night, but I think I was in the basement playing video games with some buddies. But, man, I watched Dancing with the Stars with my fiance and her two friends. They barely watched it. All it was talk. And so, yes, JD and Fondy says, I gab it up. I'm an equal opportunity gabber. Appreciate that and his family. Stevie chimes in. First Ladies Night, that is literally the entirety of Ladies Night, is chit-chatting. Let's go to John in Milwaukee, 800-990-3776. John, what do you got?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm going to go ahead and say, there are fundamental differences. For example, I'm talking to my brother on the phone. My brother said he got a dog, and so the end. All right, I know he's got a dog. So I tell my wife, hey, Joe got a dog. Well, what kind of dog is it? What's the dog's name? I'm like, I don't know. That's none of my business. Women care about a lot of stuff that I don't think guys really care about at the end of the day.
What kind of dog? How much does it weigh? What is birthday? What's the kind? What's the mix?
Yeah.
What's the color?
Exactly.
I mean, it'll happen. We're all come back from hanging out with guys. And Lexi
all
will
the
ask,
time.
Be like,
what'd you do?
How's it going? What'd you guys talk about? How's their relationship? What did they do last weekend? I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you.
And I got nothing to report back. It felt like we talked plenty, but I got nothing left to say. It's really wild. And then if Lexi's with her girls, usually there's plenty to discuss.
Oh, yes.
Lovingly.
Oh, yes.
Loving.
A lot of listening.
Yeah, a lot of listening.
Good listener.
Yeah, It's weird. And I'm not crazy. I looked it up. Women speak 3 times more than men. 20,000 words in the day for women, 7,000 for men. Think about that. That's a lot. That's a big difference.
Okay, so, Brad, that might be true for you. Brusty and I like to yap.
Yeah, but when I get home,
I'm yapping up a storm.
Oh my gosh, that's insufferable.
Hey baby, how was your day? Hey puppy, how you doing, pretty girl?
Oh
What's
my
going on
gosh,
at
I could never
WAFK?
live with you.
I couldn't imagine walking home and deconstructing your day with Strofe every day. Lovingly. That would just be, it must take.
So I think I've got a little,
all of dinner
I guess,
and then
given
some.
our research here, because I don't mean this in an offensive way at all, I've probably got some womanly qualities, right? I was a mama's boy growing up.
Yeah.
And I want to know about the day. If my brother
from eyes open to eyes closed, you're looking around like a dog.
ADHD,
very social,
a lot of energy, social butterfly,
caring.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I would say so as well.
Yeah. Why'd you throw in caring?
Extra
he wants
because I give a damn, right?
He, genuinely
like the first time you told me about your dog Bruce, Benny, I was probably like, oh, what kind of dog? How old?
He's doing it.
He's doing the thing.
It's crazy.
He's doing the thing.
Sorry for being curious. My bad, guys.
No, it's a good thing to be curious. But when I get home, done. TV, comfy clothes, sit there. And that, I'll say that is a problem because there are a million times that I wake up and I'm like, I'll come up to or text my fiance, tonight let's talk about this. I get home and be like, I just don't have it in me.
Yeah. That's true.
See,
bad quality.
That's where you and I are so different.
Bad quality
I'm pouring
on
a glass of wine. I'm lighting a candle. I'm sitting across from him. I'm going, all right, let's break this thing down. Pros and cons list. Get it out.
The funny
Strofe
thing
loves
is,
the tea.
The funny thing is, when it comes to regular everyday stuff, I'm like same thing. Like Lexi will be like, if she can't, she has her hands full right now with the boys, but she'll be like, how was the show? It was good. What'd you guys talk about? The Packers and the Bears, maybe some Badgers. Like I don't. What did we talk about? And we're doing this in real time. But
come on, we had Barry Alvarez on. He said,
"Yeah,
what did Barry say about me? You still got that one ready to go?"
Who the hell gives whether Ben Brust is
that delivery is so good.
Who the hell?
whether Ben Brust is
And then Bert and Ernie's laughter in the background.
It's all time.
Yeah, where are you getting these stats, Brad? From Round the Key?
I just Googled it. And
I just Googled it.
But now they have now.
Are you sure this isn't like an algorithm that you have made for yourself to tell you what you want to hear?
Yeah, exactly. It's like the Brad Google. Have you noticed this? That Google has now done it used to be
AI overview.
Links. Yeah, that is so great. Do we trust?
I don't know if I do.
Yeah, I
like being able to source
it. But it is nice because it just gives you an answer right away.
Oh, it's so nice.
But I've noticed the answers are sometimes incorrect.
That's what I don't trust.
If you look up Matt LaFleur's record after bye, it says 6-3. He's been the head coach for 5 years.
Yeah,
wrong.
That's a shot at me right there.
That was a direct shot.
That was a direct shot. It was bad research. And,
you
sloppy.
did it.
That was me.
You read the AI.
I did.
That was a direct shot.
Yeah.
Now I do want to know, as you just mentioned, Matt LaFleur, and we are having many conversations about the interceptions from Jordan Love. Right? I think. Okay, fine. I don't know what the poll is, but the overwhelming conversation after hearing from Rob Demovsky, I'm fine with the main source of the Packers' problems being fixed in terms of playing cleaner, more complementary football is getting rid of the turnovers. Obviously the pick sixes, but also just the ones when Rob Demovsky is joining us and telling us that a lot of them are happening on first and second down. That's a problem. And so I really do think there is something to what you said, Brad. You're the only one in this panel that can speak to signing a second contract in the NFL. Now, Jordan Love is very even-keeled, and I think that's what makes him pretty solid and why I believe in him long-term, because he doesn't get rattled, and especially when you're 2-5 as a rookie quarterback with the youngest team in the NFL, turning that around with the main source, as I use source again, being the arm on his right side with a cannon, with that touchdown-interception ratio at the end of the year, right? That was obviously Jordan Love. Now, is it possible that the second contract is in the back of his mind, and he may not be showing it emotionally, but is he thinking about it?
I think it's more than possible. I think it's probable. I know that when I played under my rookie contract with the Carolina Panthers, and it was sort of, whenever you're on that contract, that's, rookie minimums for me. I know isn't that for, first round draft pick Jordan Love, but you're seeking and you're trying to prove that you're worthy of that next contract. I always felt like it was actually less pressure when you were doing that when you were trying to prove yourself and show that, yes, I am worthy of that. I didn't feel a whole lot of pressure. I'm not going to lie. You play a little bit more free. The most pressure I ever felt was the season after I signed, what would be a second contract for a punter. Nothing near quarterback numbers, and that's a darn shame to punters everywhere. But it was the second contract nonetheless, to where the Jaguars invested in me. That first training camp, that first season that I was playing under that contract, it was the most pressure I ever felt. And we weren't even a very good team that year. It was the most personal pressure I ever felt to play up to that contract that the Jaguars had already given me. There's something about human nature and human psychology when it comes to feeling like that you have to do more. That's one of the reasons why I think he's throwing these interceptions. He's accepted the fact that he's quarterback one. He's making all this money. Maybe he feels like he has to press a little bit, like he has to go out there and make the play, like he has to go out there and be the quarterback that's worthy of a $55 million contract. I know that's how I felt, and it wasn't until you made peace with your game, who you are, what you do, and comfortable with that, that's when you settle in and you're the player that you've always been and the kind of player that earned
Was there a moment for you? Like, was there a kick? Was could this bye, coming off the bye, what could be a good reset for Jordan Love to take that pressure internally off of his mind?
Ironically, this is super, it's wild you bring this up. So we all know, so it happened actually in Chicago. So we all know, we've talked about that on this program, that game, my rookie year for Carolina, I had a terrible game, right? A 7-yard shank and, whatever. We lost the game. It was terrible.
Bad, Brad.
My first year in Jacksonville, I think it was like early to mid-October. I had a good September. I was putting the ball well, but I really felt like I settled in when I put together a full, complete game and actually helped the team win. So I know that happens all the time for a quarterback, not all the time for a punter. So it was kind of a defensive struggle for Jacksonville, played at Chicago, and I had a great game, sort of exercised some demons that lived for me at Soldier Field, and was a contributor, game ball winner in that game. From there, I settled in. I was like, okay, I got this. I am that punter. I don't need to go prove anything. If anything, I did prove it to myself that I can be that punter under this new contract. So I think for Jordan Love, he needs to put together a stretch of games, even just one complete game.
Well, actually, now that you say that, I was under the impression heading into Sunday that I might not want to take a lot of information from this game because the Bears are in such disarray. But I'm now, after hearing that, looking for this as an opportunity for Jordan Love. Do the Bears have a good defense and talent? Yes, they do. They still kind of stayed in games despite averaging 9 points a game the last 3. But say Jordan Love does come off this bye healthier and have one of those games where it doesn't have to be a 300-yard game, but 270, more efficient. His completion percentage kind of pops up a little bit, spreading the ball around, no turnovers, and that could be a good jumping off point into what would be the San Francisco 49ers coming up next.
You almost need to reprove to yourself that you're that quarterback and prove that you can do it under this contract. Because even if you look at the Arizona game, his best game of the season, without a doubt, still an interception, not without blemish. He needs to go out there and have an unblemished game, right? 70% completion percentage, couple of touchdowns, no turnovers, and he feels crisp and in rhythm. I think you do that. I think he settles back in. Until you do that, there's probably a part of him, I know I felt a part of me, that felt like I needed to re-earn it. I needed to reprove myself. And then you're not doing the things that got you there in the first place. So there's no better game than this game, right? Continue to reassert dominance of the Bears. They're a team that's just in disarray. Put them out of their misery, have a complete game, set yourself up, and just relieve that pressure valve, right? It feels like there's just pressure building up for Jordan Love. Release that valve, have one good, complete game. I think he's going to prove to himself, I'm still that guy. The money doesn't matter. Let's move on ahead.
800-990-3776. Brad says that Jordan Love needs to reestablish himself as the guy under this new contract. siding with Brad here, and I tend to agree that I think there's just an underlying feeling, and I think as Jake chimes in, it seems like when one thing goes wrong, Love tries to play hero ball, maybe because of that contract. Again, he's not outwardly talking about it, he's not expressing frustration, but internally, you can still feel something that you're not showing the rest of the world, because that seems to be the character and personality that he shows as QB1.
And I think to KBN Nation out there, I think we've all felt this in some way, shape, or form, right? You get a big promotion, you get a new role, maybe it comes with a big payday. You start to look around, maybe feel like imposter syndrome, like, oh my gosh, can I actually do this? And even it might be similar to your old role, there's new pressure, there's new expectations. And until you deliver, I think that there's just gray area, there's uncertainty. And once as you prove yourself that you can do it, you roll on ahead and you're good to go. But you got to actually do it, and he hasn't quite done it this year. I know it'll happen. No better time to do it than this game right here.
So we always talk about the dog of the game. Do your best, Kyle Wallace, for me.
Woo, woo, woo.
Weak. Trophy? You sound like an annoying dog. Like you got to listen to answer all these questions when you get home from work after a long day. Not good either. But the dog of the game on the Green Bay Game Day postgame show with Homer and Tausch, to me, there is an opportunity for Jordan Love to be that dog of the game, right? Like, you don't have to be the most physical guy. I mean, obviously, this award is fictional, but him putting together that performance that we all are like, that's the Jordan Love that we saw of last year. I would give him dog of the game status if he does that. And so listen to that on the Green Bay Game Day postgame show, but also send your dogs to Sit Mean Sit if they're not always listening to you. And you're asking yourself, hey, why don't they listen to what I say? Well, it could be you, and you could just need a little help. They're here to help. Look no further than Sit Mean Sit dog training. You're going to have that happy, confident, and obedient dog. So contact Sit Mean Sit dog training in Milwaukee or Waukesha. Schedule that free consultation. You'll be on your way to having that happy, confident, and obedient dog. Alex Strofe is Mr. Relevant Monday, Wednesday, Friday. YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison at 12:30. But he's becoming more relevant every day with his segment coming up next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Craig Counsell bobblehead that was given away, and we, just did a nice, soliloquy. Is that the right word?
Yeah, like a montage.
Like a Virgil.
Vigil.
Vigil. Vigil. A vigil. We did a vigil.
Vigil.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We do still have this issue. Forced home closed in both directions right at 894 because of a crash, so careful with that. But on the freeway, we are seeing delays from before Beloit Road down and around the Hale interchange to Forced home. Westbound 94 heavy, 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side slowing down from 84th all the way to 35th. And southbound 41, you've got some backups basically from Appleton Avenue down to Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, providing memorable experiences for nearly 30 years. Get the perfect holiday gift this season, a Bartolotta's gift card. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, rain likely, cloudy and mild, low of 48. Tomorrow, showers early, then mostly cloudy with a high of 53. Weather's brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Always have a slice of summer by playing Pro Tour courses on one of their 12 simulators. Book a bay for just $35 Monday through Thursday. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
You would vote the opening of the show should be Brett Favre as an alien.
If a guy wrote a song for me, it would probably be my opening.
All right.
That's just me.
Well, but how many other people do you think have written a song for me?
None.
Pebble, what's your vote?
I will say 0 as well.
You guys are so mean and accurate.
Thank you. That's awesome.
The Homer Hour with Homer. Weekdays from 5 to 6. Right here on 94.5 ESPN and streaming live on YouTube.
Ready to tackle your home improvement project this fall? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. As a 5-time President's Club Award winner, Exterior Pros is not playing around. With flexible financing, it's never been easier to invest in your home without breaking the bank. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation today.
They say seeing is believing. And when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe
You're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sports book, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel. I've spent a while telling you about Mentality because it works. Not just for me, though. Take it from fellow Mentality user Jason. He's got a new lease on life thanks to Mentality.
Process was easy. It really, truly was. And the individuals that work at Mentality, very helpful, very respectful. It was an easy and easy out. You go in a week after, they give you the results right away. And once you find that you're able to do it, just that thought, the energy already picked up a little bit. Most of it could have been mentally wise, but knowing that, hey, I get to start this, it was incredible.
Learn more today at MoTUSA.com.
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I've got you covered. It's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee, and with holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust AccuTrans Group to handle all of my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or festive celebration, AccuTrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh man, it's a beautiful day out there. Last chance to get some decent weather before the winter comes in, but you can't go out there. Take a walk, take a bike ride. If your joints are giving you pain, knees, hips, shoulders, or back, those are all things that are going to keep you from living the life that you want to live. QC Kinetics, here to the rescue. Using the regenerative cellular treatments, they're going to give you your life back, give you long-term pain relief, and give you final pain-free life from that joint pain that you're experiencing. No drugs, no surgery, no downtime. I've been there myself. I've seen the plasma, the platelets, the stem cells, so much in the toolkit of QC Kinetics to get rid of that joint pain that you're experiencing. Don't just take it from me. Don't just take it from the tens of thousands of satisfied patients. One of my neighbors, she had joint pain for 19 years. That's 19 years. She goes to QC Kinetics, something of a miracle, she says. Pain-free and living her best life. Don't wait any longer. Your free consultation awaits you at QC Kinetics. Give them a call today at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
You know, I think I can help Brad here. I know you love saying it's a beautiful day, but you can also say it's not a beautiful day. It's 34 degrees outside. And if you don't want your joints to hurt even more, how about that?
Ooh, I'm stealing that. Especially like in a week when it's
48 degrees.
Negative 20 degrees outside. It's a beautiful day.
Already dark out.
This is nice, though. This is nice. You wouldn't say this is nice fall weather?
It's supposed to be nice on Saturday. I think you could probably still get a round of golf in if you want to.
Yeah, you could do that if you don't have good joints, though.
Nice PSA, Stroh.
Great point, Brad.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant. It's time to become relevant. Stroph's time to shine on KBN starts now.
We were snubbed.
Who?
Us.
From?
Sexiest man alive. John Krasinski, known as Jim Halper in The Office.
Jack Ryan.
Yeah, he gave me a little hope, though. Right? Like dark features, bushy eyebrow, big nose, kind of a spotty beard. Like he's making me feel good about myself.
You got no shot.
Bro, I kind of look like him though.
Yeah, but he really glowed.
He's much
up.
more handsome than I am.
He's also like fit, works out. You're not that.
But him on The Office was like, I mean, he had that, like, you know, kind of
everyday
like
look.
The Strofe-like ability to him.
But he he just turned a corner on Jack Ryan. My goodness, talk about a glow up.
I like Jack Ryan.
So if we were to give ourselves categories in what we're the sexiest in, right? So not sexiest man, but sexiest blank alive. What are your answers? What are you the sexiest at?
Oof.
Let's see how many times we can say the word sexy in this segment. Make people uncomfortable.
Oh, man.
The sexiest anything alive. Wow.
I'm the sexiest at being wrong at radio takes.
Yeah, okay, good for you. Sure,
Thank you.
I'll give that to you.
I'm the sexiest homeowner without blinds. That I might win. I might win that one.
The sexiest homeowner without blinds. I'm the sexiest man with holes in his siding because of a woodpecker.
That's a good
That's
one.
probably not accurate, though. I mean, lots of people have holes in their side.
I know, but are they as sexy as me?
I mean, what if John Krasinski has holes in his siding because of a woodpecker?
He would get them patched up. Mine aren't patched up.
I don't mean to directly compare the two of us. Sexiest former punter in sports media?
It's either you or Pat.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Pat's got the muscles, Brad.
He has got the muscles.
Muscles and money.
He beat me, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's more sexy than me.
Should we poll that? Who's the sexiest former NFL punter in sports media alive? Brad Nortman or Pat
I'm kind of
McAfee?
interested. KBN Nation, do not let me down. I need this.
I think we got to poll it.
Poll it. It's just going to hurt Brad's heart.
Well, let's stick with Brad for a moment as we go over to the New Heights podcast, of course, hosted by Jason and Travis Kelsey. Their guest this week was Freddie Freeman. They asked world champion Freddie Freeman of the Los Angeles Dodgers, what would his backup plan be if he wasn't in the MLB? Take a listen.
If you didn't play baseball, what sport would you have played?
Ooh, probably wouldn't have played a sport.
Wouldn't have even done it. Did you play any other sports growing up?
No. I wanted to be a CPA.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow is right. Who wants to be a CPA?
Freddie Freeman.
When I grow up, I want to be a CPA.
Man, Freddie Freeman, good head on his shoulders, right? Prudent, risk averse, very trying to balance the debits and the credits. I mean, I knew that guy was a stud when I saw him. I knew it. I knew when he jacked those home runs, I said there's something different about this guy.
That guy's a dork.
Wanted to be a CPA. Makes us all the sense in the world now. All the sense in the world.
I like him
Spot
less.
the lie.
Yeah. I'm serious when I say this, Brad, and you could probably help me
You
understand.
didn't grow up wanting to be a CPA?
Well, hold on. Before we get there, who actually makes the choice to go, hey, you know what I want to do 5 days a week, 8.5 hours a day? I want to do other people's taxes.
Bill Nortman. My dad.
That's actually what Freddie Freeman went on to say, is his father was also a CPA.
No kidding.
Family of dorks.
It's a family business. It's like Step Brothers. I'm going to go into the family business. It's like going into the family business right there. I could honestly tell he had some CPA qualities in those post-game interviews.
Because of his veneers or what?
No, those are something special, though. Those are something else.
Do you have veneers?
No.
Good for you. That was a compliment. I promise.
Thank you. When he hit like 5 or 6 home runs in a row in the World Series, and they asked, like, what are you thinking about? He's like, I'm just seeing the ball right now. It's all about this team. He gave the most CPA-like answers that I've ever seen, coming off of, like, literally the mountaintop of the Major League Baseball. If it were me, I'd probably be like, yeah, I'm hot right now. They better not pitch to me. I'm going to keep jacking them out of there.
No. Back in the day, you probably were the worst interview ever. I was.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I was.
Now we're out of our shells.
I
have a hard time believing either of you are bad interviews. Trust me.
Jake chimes in.
A lame interview. Man.
Jake chimes in. I decided to become a teacher and get bullied by teenagers 5 days a week.
Ooh. That's
a bad self-realization, but Jake, we're happy that you're with us. Hopefully we make you feel a little better.
Teachers
seriously.
Yep.
I mean, unbelievable. I'm not even being sarcastic.
No, I'm not either. I mean, it is a tough. My mom was a teacher for over 30 years, so shout out to our educators making the youth strong and smart, just like Brad Nortman's CPA.
That's right.
Let's go to
Nothing
college.
for me.
No, I don't want to talk about CPAs with you. What would you have been had you not gone the basketball route, though? Did you ever want to be a real job, or was it always basketball?
Fascinating.
I had no other way out, boys.
So there was no plan B.
I mean, I probably would have had to learn how to build stuff and join the family business.
What did you think?
Integrity builders, man.
What did you think about
integrity? That's your best quality.
It is.
Yeah, you never lie at all on this show.
But what were you thinking about in college? Like, because you couldn't have, like...
Basketball.
So you thought NBA or bust?
Brad, I mean, I know we've talked about this. You're a dork and you studied for tests, but I don't want to get the university in trouble the week I'm coming for the Final Four anniversary. How I got through school is not right.
Yeah, I'd say. The fact that you and I have the same degree is wild. Not the same major, same degree. I mean...
BS, baby. Bachelor's of Science.
I put in, so many hours studying.
Same.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. I see that big old smile. It's wild.
Yeah, I certainly believe that. Let's go to college basketball. Benny, you mentioned you watched it. Kentucky and Duke went down to the wire. Kentucky pulling it out over the top prospect in the country. Cooper Flagg turns the ball over not once but twice in the final 2 possessions for Duke. I don't want to get after him too bad because he's a 17-year-old kid.
He's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
It was ugly, though.
It was ugly. I mean, bad decision-making. Con Knipple.
Not his greatest down the stretch, though.
But he was wide open, both possessions.
I hear you.
Flagg didn't throw it to him. And you can take credit for Con Knipple being a great player.
Yes, I will say this. You and I, Strofe, we like college basketball. Yesterday got me excited. Now,
it's the best.
I'll take a little bit of a break again and focus on football. Thanksgiving tournaments, I get into it.
Yeah, agreed.
Thanksgiving tournaments are fun. Then you take a little break again, focus on football. Then once you hit the end of the NFL regular season, I know we go another week now, but that's when conference play starts. You get 2 conference games in December, but you get my point.
I feel bad for people that wait till March to get into college basketball.
I agree.
It is such a fun sport.
I love the unpredictability of who's just going to airball, who's going to brick one, who's going to turn it over, who's going to do something you've never seen before.
Dude, poop down their leg in the second half. Who's not happy to watch that?
Well, I was about to ask, for you, big Wisconsin basketball fans, and I am too, are you rooting for Duke now that Con Knipple's on the team?
I'm rooting for Con Knipple. I'm not rooting for Duke, but they're inevitably going to be around a while in March.
Yeah, the kid's a great kid. He's going to be a pro, despite him not playing.
Cooper Flagg needs to do something to become the villain of college basketball.
So for all you Wisconsin people out there, you maybe heard of Sam Decker, right?
I don't know.
Sheboygan.
Not sure if I have.
Played the NBA a little bit. Back-to-back Final Four teams. Do yourself a favor, Strofe. You'll love this. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I saw a text from, because we got the group chat going for this weekend. Bronson Koenig has sent a picture of Cooper Flagg's hair of Duke and Sam Decker's hair as a freshman. It is
identical.
Really?
He's got, if you're going to be a number 1 pick, Cooper, for all you guys who don't know Cooper Flagg, who don't watch basketball, he will be the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. He can't have this hair on stage. He can't. He'll be roasted. Roasted.
That's good. We need it. All right, last thing for you fellas. Are you aware Jake Paul is fighting Mike Tyson this weekend?
It's this weekend?
Mike Tyson is fighting in a boxing match this weekend.
It's amazing.
I want to see that.
Got to see it.
When is that?
Saturday, I think.
Oh, it's probably going to be right during the Wisconsin game. I mean,
Mike Tyson's 58 years old.
I know, but you see how strong he looks right now?
You see him train?
He's a brick.
His hands are moving quick, too.
It's actually Friday night, 7 o'clock.
Ooh. Okay, I'm watching that. On Netflix, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who do you got?
It's a great question. I don't know enough about boxing.
I'm rooting for Mike.
I am, too. How could you not root for Mike Tyson? The dude's a character. I mean, they both are.
This Jake... Look, I don't know a lot about the Paul brothers.
Yeah, we don't know what we're talking about. Let's be honest
here.
They're
just social media stars and doofuses.
Turned boxers.
Yeah, but the other one's in the WWE, and he's a villain in the WWE, so that works. But Jake Paul is a boxer, and he's beating all these guys that don't have boxing backgrounds. Now he's fighting frickin' Mike Tyson. I kind of hope he gets knocked on his ass, to be honest with you. Nothing personal.
No, I agree. There's something about respect your elders. He's got no respect for Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's crazy.
You play with fire, you're gonna get burnt eventually, right?
Eventually.
If you weren't a fan of Mike Tyson before The Hangover, I don't know how you couldn't be one after. He came off so likable and fun.
And now he's coming off as I'm gonna kick the crap out of this guy.
What do tigers dream of?
Strofe, what teams do we have left for the Emirates Cup bracket contest for our fans?
Can you give me 2 seconds to pull it up?
Absolutely. I know the Golden State Warriors and the Denver Nuggets are off the list. So as I get this ready, How about this? We'll get the caller. You can tell the caller what's available for them to follow along, because during this year's NBA season, in-season tournament, ESPN Milwaukee is putting Bucks tickets on the line all week long. Tune into ESPN Milwaukee and be entered into our Emirates NBA Cup Bracket Challenge. Right now, caller number 5 to 800-990-3776 will get their pick at one of the teams in our NBA bracket groupings. For our show, Strofe will tell you when you're caller 5 what your teams are, and if your team wins, you will win 2 Bucks tickets. If your team doesn't win, you can still secure seats and see great moments at bucks.com/tickets. Call 800-990-3776 to be caller number 5, and Strophe will fill you in.
Grizzlies, Pelicans, Mavericks, still available.
800-990-3776. More Kyle, Brust, and Nortman once you call in and have a chance to win Bucks tickets next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
So they are lucky. Those other teams, whether it's Kentucky or whether it's Oregon or was it TCU?
That was TCU.
TCU, they're lucky I didn't play in that game. You got upset by a bad team, TCU.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Still got some backups with this issue on Forest Home. Both directions of Forest Home closed right at 894, so watch out for that. Delays now from Beloit Road down and through the Hale interchange to Forest Home on the freeway itself. Eastbound 94 backing up just east of 84th Street through the stadium to 35th. Westbound slowing down from 25th Street out past Mitchell Boulevard almost to Hawley Road. And then southbound on 41 backing up from south of Appleton Avenue past Capitol Drive. Southbound 43 slowing down from Fond du Lac Avenue down and over the high-rise bridge. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, rain likely, cloudy, mild, a low of 48. Tomorrow, showers early, mostly cloudy with a high of 53. Weather's brought to you by the Corners of Brookfield. Help the big guy out this holiday season. Drop off your little one's letters in a special North Pole mailbox in the Market Square through December 22nd. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Be greeted by an owner at America's largest employee-owned jewelry store.
Welcome to Kessler's.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Joe Fortenbaugh.
The plan coming into this year wasn't very solid. Anyone could have told you that, but you kept telling us, no, you're all in. And then we get into the season and it keeps going, no, we're buyers, we're not sellers. Do you remember that? That was just a week ago. Yeah. 1 week ago at this time, we're buyers, not sellers. And then 1 week later, after a game against Philadelphia in which the entire world told you probably wouldn't be competitive, especially now that Prescott is hurt, now all of a sudden you're uniquely qualified for a rebuild. How is it possible in 1 week's time to go from buyers, not sellers, to uniquely qualified to handle the rebuild? Explain that to me. Like that's the plan. Like every week the plan changes. It's battleship football. It's just being very reactive, and that's why you are where you are. He didn't get in front of the Prescott contract. He didn't get in front of the CeeDee Lamb contract. He's not learning from it because he's clearly not getting in front of the Micah Parsons contract.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
The best mornings
in the morning light
start with Wrangler.
Pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Cousins Subs is spicing things up this fall with a new sub and a delicious shake. The Chipotle Cheesesteak Sub with either grilled-to-order chicken or steak features pepper jack cheese, sautéed green peppers and onions, jalapenos, and Chipotle ranch dressing. And that's not all. Pair your Chipotle Cheesesteak with a new pumpkin pie shake and your taste buds will fall in love. Order in-store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed. But when you smile at the ground, it ain't hard to tell. You don't know.
Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, no Kyle Wallace. Alex Strofe running the show. We'll give him a 9 out of 10 for having his show Mr. Irrelevant, and then coming up with a decent becoming relevant for all of us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Decent. Okay, that means I can improve.
I said 9 out of 10,
Yep.
and you took the word decent out of that.
Well, once again, 9 out of 10 means I can improve.
Is 9 out of 10 decent?
9 out of
Seems
10
like
is pretty
higher
good.
than decent to me.
Fine, he was a 7 out of 10. It was decent.
That's better.
Wow, that's what you're going to bring down?
I need a little motivation out here. Hey, by the way, guys, we keep forgetting to mention this, and I know he's probably here now, so he won't hear us say this. It's Homer's birthday today.
Yeah.
And Homer's going to be joining us in about 7 minutes. Homer is going to be 7 years old, so I would love to line up some phone calls to wish Homer a happy birthday when he joins us.
All right, we'll do that in a little bit, but first we're going to go to Diana McGuanago, 800-990-3776. Somehow in becoming relevant, I believe we came up with the conversation of who is a sexier former punter that is now in media, Pat McAfee or Brad Nortman. Diana, Dirty D, you want to comment?
Brad, Pat ain't got nothing on you.
Dirty D, let's go. That's the affirmation I need.
Hey, can I say happy birthday to Homer?
You hang on the line, we'll give you that opportunity. 800-990-3776. Homer deserves this.
Line him up.
Homer deserves this. He is one of a kind. He's 70, and he still comes in every day, and I enjoy my ride home because of Homer and what he does on the Homer Hour. So 800-990-3776. Even if you just say happy birthday and hang up, I want to get as many people to acknowledge Homer for how wonderful and brilliant he is.
I remember Homer is just the GOAT of Wisconsin sports radio. I remember when I was a kid, I was like 8 years old. He used to have a show called Pack Attack, which he'd have like a Packer player come and he'd just, interview him and do a radio show. I remember going to that with my basketball team when I was 8 years old. I remember clearly being like, there's a Packer player, there's Homer. I was like starstruck. And then the first time, I didn't talk to him all throughout, but obviously I know who Homer is. The first time I guest hosted Wilde and Tausch, we had Homer on as a guest.
Oh, baby.
So I said, Homer, you might not remember me, but I remember you. And I laid out this beautiful vision of Brad Nortman, the 8-year-old, being like, I remember this and that, Homer. You were so great. And he goes, fine. That's good.
Yeah, he
hates it. Care.
He hates it.
Yeah, he hates it. So show him some love. I know we do, but show him some love.
And keep calling Kastrof if he does not get to you right away. He will get to you if you keep on calling because he's doing his best to take as many as possible. Yes, I love these. 800-990-3776. Let's get him full for our guy Homer. He's turning 70.
70, that's wild.
Did he have hair when you remember him?
I don't believe so. I remember him. I can't picture Homer with hair. I really can't.
He's had a toupee before, so I've seen him with a toupee.
Okay. I don't remember that. I think I remember him being bald, but he's just a timeless treasure. Timeless treasure is Homer.
We'll keep taking the calls, but I do want to get to this question. 800-990-3776. Light up the phone lines for Homer. We're almost there. We're getting close. We want to make sure we get all of them full for everyone to say happy birthday to Homer, who's turning 70. 800-990-ESPN. What would be more enjoyable, Brad? Watching Jordan Love light it up, or Caleb, if you only have one, or Caleb Williams absolutely cratering even further?
Oh, this is tough.
Because that could end delusion, right?
Yeah.
We get sick of Bears delusion. This could end it.
99 times out of 100, I would choose Jordan Love balling out. If any given Sunday against anybody, I want to see Jordan Love ball out. But I've seen that before, and I get joy from it, but I've seen it before. I haven't seen Bears fans be completely hopeless. I haven't seen Caleb Williams, not that I want anything against the young man, but he's been propped up to be this just like unbelievable savior of the organization. It would just be so enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm taking the high road here.
You are?
He's going to have dysfunction the rest of the year. This is about Jordan Love. I need Jordan Love to light it up. I need him to find the confidence of second half Jordan Love. I got some money on this Super Bowl here, and I believe they have the talent, but they got to put it together. They got to play complementary football. They need to get rid of the penalties, and he needs to stop turning it over. In order for him to do that, I don't want to be thinking about Caleb Williams sucking. I want to be enjoying Jordan Love lighting it up, even if it means 0 touchdown passes and setting up Jacobs for a bunch of touchdowns, which never happens. Somehow Jordan Love, when the Packers win, has multiple touchdowns. He's just a touchdown throwing guy. But we need to eliminate those interceptions, and I think it starts on Sunday at noon in Chicago. He's healthy. He's not limited. Full participant, getting the reps. This is about Jordan Love more than it is the Bears.
But isn't seeing Bears fans in anguish just so delicious?
It is, but we're going to have tons of opportunities beyond this Bears-Packer game to see any of that happen.
That's true. And we do need Jordan Love to have that complete game. I do believe that is the last straw to have him just kick back into gear to be who he was last year.
Couple more for a happy birthday to Homer. 800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-ESPN to wish our guy a happy birthday. Oh, baby, he's getting mad already, but he's going to love it. 800-990-3776. Wish him happy birthday. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
We've called him Whitey Tighties. We've called him the Hall Monitor. He's Jesse Nelson. Like, he's just, I am Jesse Nelson. Kyle, you're Jesse Nelson.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. What happens when you mix a 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be. I think his legs. Yeah.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry. Are you guys being serious? You guys can't put two in. I got it. I could not get it.
They don't call themselves Racine Danish turnover.
Sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you too, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
There's a good chance you're on a budget. We all are. But she wants a diamond. You know it, I know it. And Robert Hack Diamonds knows it too, because they offer a huge collection of lab-grown diamonds, and they sell them at crazy prices. How about 2-carat total weight diamond studs for free when you mention ESPN and purchase at $2,000 of in-stock jewelry? You'll receive a free pair of 2-carat total weight diamond studs. Robert Hack Diamonds can get any size, shape, or clarity in natural or lab-grown diamonds. Don't buy until you call Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield or in Brookfield. Why overspend when you can save at Robert Hack Diamonds for the same diamond you're looking for? Spend at least $2,000 on in-stock jewelry and you get 2-carat diamond studs free, as long as you mention ESPN. Your visit will be worth it, and she'll think so too. Robert Hack also offers repair services and cash for your old gold. Robert Hack Diamonds, RobertHackDiamonds.com, RobertHackDiamonds.com. Visit them in Brookfield or in Greenfield.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at 28 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that was voted Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
Rashawn Gary hasn't had the kind of season that most fans envisioned for him. The Packers defensive end has only 3 sacks, and his fellow teammates along the defensive front have totaled 10 sacks between 6 different players. Gary says you can't just look at the numbers, though, for the impact the group has made in Jeff Hafley's defense.
Numbers, people get misconstrued. Cut on the tape. See how we playing, see how we setting the edges, see how we putting pressure on quarterbacks, man. The numbers going to come if we keep playing our passionate ball.
Gary and the 6-3 Packers, fresh off their bye week, getting ready to visit the 4-5 rival Chicago Bears on Sunday. Kickoff from Soldier Field is at noon.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank.
Need to find that perfect home? Don't sell. Upgrade with a home equity loan. Renovate that kitchen. Retile that bath. You choose the fixtures. Let us do the math. Tri-City National Bank. Equal housing lender. NMLS 433891.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls here for Universal Windows Direct. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. Call 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate today. Winter is almost here, and it's the perfect time to replace those old, drafty windows. For every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free, plus 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to UWD.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Winter weather is on the way, and that means salt, snow, and grime on your car. ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here. Now's the time to protect your vehicle with a premium wash at Tsunami Express Car Wash. State-of-the-art technology, powerful free vacuums, and unlimited wash memberships. Keep your car looking spotless all season long. Tsunami Express has 5 convenient locations all across greater Milwaukee, making it easy to give your ride the care it deserves. Sign up for a membership at TsunamiExpress.com and get your first wash free. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Radio legend.
I don't care. I wanted to talk to Brent Musburger. That was for my own personal benefit. I hope other people enjoyed it, but I wish I was Brent Musburger. How about that?
Voice of Marquette basketball.
Joplin to the basket.
Oh, wow.
He dunks it. Hammer time.
And owner of the most famous catchphrase, at least in this building.
Oh, baby, that's sweet.
It's time for Uncle Homer on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Presented by Robert Hack Diamonds. Visit them at their Greenfield or Brookfield locations or online at roberthackdiamonds.com.
That's right, crosstalk here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with Homer on his birthday.
Is the mic not working again?
The button's not working. It won't stay on. We'll move Homer.
Dead. Move it over.
Making him earn it on his birthday.
This is awesome. It's Homer's birthday. Happy birthday. We're going to do for your birthday what you don't want to have happen. Yeah, that is America on your birthdays now. The last person who's in charge of what happens on their birthday is that person. Let her fly.
Well, let me tell everyone what they need to do, because they need to mention ESPN when they go to Robert Hack Diamonds in Brookfield or Greenfield. Because if you purchase $2,000 of any piece of in-stock jewelry, you will receive a free pair of 2-carat total weight diamond studs for free. Just go see the store for details. We're in the holiday season right now. If you go to Robert Hack Diamonds, yes, and you think about that special someone, birthdays, holidays, engagement rings, whatever it is, any in-stock jewelry.
$1,000 off. You get $3,000 for $2,000.
$2,000 of any in-stock jewelry, you will receive free pair of 2-carat total weight diamond studs for free. So Brookfield or Greenfield, roberthackdiamonds.com to browse, but go in and say ESPN sent you, and you will receive that. A lot of happy birthday texts.
Oh, hold on, forget those. I got to know what do you call Alex Strofe? Do you have a name? Do they have one thing they call you more than
Strofe?
Dumbass. I mean, is that
that doesn't count.
Strofe?
Strophe?
I don't know.
Our guy Strophe?
All right, but our guy Strophe had the story about Damian Lillard. How long ago did you have that on Twitter? Or that about he wants out, or you know?
I think you're thinking of the wrong guy.
No. It was something you did.
I said a couple days ago that I wouldn't be shocked if they trade him by the deadline.
Right? Yeah.
That's
good. That's very good.
Good job, Strophe.
Scoops McGee. That's what they call me.
Okay. All right. I mean,
Scoops McGee.
Diana McGuanago, you're up. Make it quick.
Happy birthday, Homer!
Thank you,
Brian in Milwaukee. You're up.
Yeah, so one segment I worked with Homer about 24 years ago.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
The Vikings weekend. Yeah, Vikings weekend. Homer, to prove how big of a baby Randy Moss was, he wore a Randy Moss jersey and a diaper on air that day.
Oh, baby, that sounds like Homer. David in Pewaukee, you have a suggestion.
Yeah, what about Homer, Brust, and Nortman? You know, Kyle's trash anyway. Just an idea. Happy birthday, Homer.
Oh, we love our guy, Kyle.
Good. These guys are young. They got a future. All I've got left is, when am I going to pee next?
Ron in the Key, happy birthday, Steven. Old sucks, but it's better than dead. Braden in Waukesha.
That tells you how bad it is.
Baby!
If the only thing better is not dead, that's bad.
Braden, you're up.
Oh, baby, happy 70th, Homer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to let you know, I'm just getting started. Watch my smoke. Euchre's 20, he's 90. I'm just getting warmed up.
You got a long runway, Homer.
Yeah.
You're a youth. You're a ute. A young
Compared
ute.
to Euchre.
You're literally a generation younger than Euchre.
I know. He's
Wild.
amazing.
John in Milwaukee. You're up.
The older the buck, the stiffer the horn. Homer, happy birthday.
Hey.
How about that?
Hey.
It was said by somebody young. They just make stuff up.
Homer, how you feeling?
Old.
Well, besides that,
Don't know when I'm going to sleep next or pee next.
Well,
and then it's pretty much.
Well, hold on.
What?
Let's dive into this a little bit deeper.
Yes.
How's the brain working?
How's the what?
The brain.
Brain is fine. I
Okay.
forget everything. I have to write stuff down now that I never had to before because otherwise I'll forget it.
How's the body feeling?
Body's okay. Not having a lot of athletic ability helps you as you get older because you don't need your knees replaced.
Like
or
golf.
hips
Do you
replaced.
feel like you can play golf for a long time moving forward?
Yes, I could play golf for a long time.
What age did the brain peak and what age did the body peak?
I think the body peaked about 28. The brain peaked about
14 minutes ago?
40 maybe, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Oh,
you're still
Homer,
as sharp
you're
as
too
ever,
humble.
Homer. Yeah, Homer.
What?
You are quick-witted and sharp as ever.
You asked when it peaked.
Is today?
He was wearing diapers for Randy Moss.
That's a wild story.
The best thing, I mean, that was good. And then one day it was really freezing cold in Chicago, and they went to me for TV, and I had no shirt on. So that was pretty good.
wish
too.
they had that footage.
Went on TV with no shirt?
Yeah, like a fan has no shirt on. But
Wow.
the best one, like I could have been famous when they announced the stadium. That it was the 5 o'clock. I'm at Miller Park or then County Stadium. It's going to be retractable. It's going to be open closed. And I go, hey, and right here, Homer, 5 o'clock. I will be the expert on whether the dome is open or closed. If I'm like this, it's closed. I took my hairpiece off and I said, if I'm like this, it's open. That would have been legendary, and we would have done that every day. However, they had the crane incident, delayed it a year, and then they eliminated the 5 o'clock sports. But I mean, that would have been huge. I could have been on Letterman, I think, because nobody in TV would do that because it's too embarrassing to them. So I used to wear the hairpiece only during the sports, and I'd walk off at 5:30 with Marty Burns-Wolf, and as we're walking off, I'd just take the hairpiece off, take my 2 pieces of tape. And so when I said that, I will be the source, I went, and back to you. And she goes, I've never understood why he wears that thing. They didn't know that was part of seeing me only wear it for 8 minutes a day.
Todd in Watertown, you're up. Oh, he's gone. Did you click him off? That's Diane again. All right, well, if you want to wish happy birthday to Homer, you can. Homer, I know you've mentioned you've heard our conversation with Barry Alvarez.
Yeah. No, everybody has to listen to that. Everybody has to listen to that. Everybody.
Why so?
Because he said everything without saying anything. He made it clear he doesn't understand what's going on. He said, I'm always supportive of the program because I started it. He's disappointed, surprised. I don't know what the exact word is, but that's not Wisconsin football. And the biggest key is the Iowa game. It was like watching Michigan against Wisconsin when Wisconsin and Bielema ran the ball like 40 times in a row. They brought in Rich Rodriguez to change the system in there. And that's how it was with Wisconsin against Iowa. And the next game Iowa played last week, what was it?
UCLA, they lost.
They ran like 20 yards. They couldn't run the ball after they basically ran the ball every play against Wisconsin.
Todd in Watertown wants to chime in about hair pieces and memories. So hopefully it's about Homer.
Sure. I had two.
Happy birthday, Homer. You stole my thunder telling about the hairpiece. I just about crept. That's the most memorable thing I've ever seen on TV. It's somebody tearing their hairpiece off at the end of a broadcast.
Yeah. It was good. It fit.
You're a revolutionary, Homer.
No.
You are.
No.
Do you still have the toupees?
Yeah, I got both of them. I
Do
had
you really?
two. I had to get rid of the first one because the first one I painted green as of something about the Milwaukee Bucks where I said if they lose, and so I have the green one still, and then I have the one that I wore.
When's the last time you wore one?
I wore one. Somebody asked one time, but
what color is it?
I mean, it's
like brown. Or is it gray?
Yeah.
Would you wear it tomorrow for year 70, day one?
What is tomorrow? Yeah,
Thursday,
the 14th of November.
Brian Balaga.
No. Well, no. Tomorrow.
Brian would be thrown off.
Tomorrow I'm on the road. But I mean, we're doing the
college
show with
basketball.
Balaga. We're taping early, so it wouldn't work. So next week, sure. Yeah.
Great. I'll send you a text to remind you
to
that.
see this.
Sure.
How about
that's
crosstalk
true.
next
You better
Wednesday?
remind me.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We got to be here for this.
Yeah, we got to see that toupee.
It's less inspiring than your acting.
Homer, what are you doing for your birthday?
My younger brother came, and it's just the best feeling in the world. They drove 8 hours, and now they're going to leave. We're going to go have pizza somewhere or something, but nothing's like that.
That's amazing.
It's the best.
Good for
It
you.
is. Yeah, no,
But
I can't.
I saw your son wish you happy birthday on Facebook.
Birthday ever, because then everybody would think of anything they did on a past birthday. But I had no idea, and given it's a tough time for that family, and to do it it's the best.
That's amazing.
Yes.
You said pizza. Is that your go-to birthday dinner?
No, you have to understand, as you get older in your birthday, you don't decide what you're doing. So
who does?
Your wife and the family, the kids.
So they
because
collectively
I
make
would
the
have
decision
said
for
we're
you?
doing nothing. What we do on my birthdays? Nothing.
That is the least shocking thing in the world.
I know. Well, no, I learned it from my father, and I agree with him. It wasn't like I thought of it. I never bought him anything, and he always said, how people treat you on one day is the biggest waste of time ever. The key is how you and they treat you every day. So be good every day.
That's pretty wise.
And I'm not going to emphasize one day, and I don't ever feel that. I mean, we were all disappointed. We didn't get really good presents like everybody else, but no, and so I've lived that, and I believe that. But if your kids want to do something, as my wife said, what? Your kids want to have something, you're going to still say no? My dad did.
We all become our own, and that's why we love you, Homer. You are one of a kind.